Welcome, everybody. We saw the intermediate playoffs the other day with the Melbourne Midnights beating the Louisiana Lobsters 4-2. That was the intermediate division. This time, it is the time for advanced. Welcome, everybody. Clutchkey here alongside Gum Sauce, and this is going to be an exciting one. The advanced playoffs are here for Season 5, and it's the advanced grand finals. Easy Clap taking on Redveil. It's going to be a good game, and I know you've seen some of these teams before. Any notes you got on either of them, Gum Sauce?
Absolutely. So, well, first of all, I just want to say I'm absolutely excited to see these two teams play. But Redveil has been the absolute favorite for everybody. We're seeing a lot of the top players here, and I don't think they really lost many maps over the season, and including this whole run. Right now, we see a lot of players that I think are standouts, including X Runner, Azali, Adbon, Marquis, and Phoebe. So there's just so much going on with the team of Redveil. But on the other side, we got Easy Clap. I think they're an extremely competent team too, and I'm just really excited to see how the rest of this match plays out.
Yeah, and a lot of things going on throughout this whole bracket as well. If you take a look at the advanced playoff bracket, you're going to see something that's really good if you're in terms of Red Veil, mainly that you're 6-2 inside of this bracket. If you go along their journey into this place, you're going to see Red Veil defeat Goats only 3-1. Red Veil defeating Kingdom 3-1 to get here from the semifinal upper bracket into the winners finals over Kingdom. For Easy Clap, not too much else to say other than they started off as the lower bracket. In fact, if you go to their second split record themselves, they're 0-3 here. They've won only 2 maps, lost 9. And so to make it here to the grand finals from 6th place to start in the lower bracket into the upper bracket is just an amazing thing in itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like a swan song at this point. This is it. You went from the very bottom and you're starting from the bottom, and now you're here. So it looks like we're going to be getting into the games pretty soon with the teams ready to go up. But what's your thoughts on this? Have you been keeping an eye on any certain players from the teams of either Red Veil or Easy Clap yourself?
Well, Red Veil, of course, is probably the favorites here again. 6-2 throughout the whole thing, 3-1s here in the playoffs as well, and pretty easy in their second split as well, winning against Gen 3-0 in the early one, and TRL 3-0 in the second split playoffs before getting here. So Red Veil obviously looking to be the favorite. Not much to say about Easy Clap other than hey, it's a great run for them so far. 3-1, 3-0, 3-0, so a total of 9-1 in maps throughout the whole thing. So we're going to see something pretty interesting here to see which team will come out on top, especially if Easy Clap's got this momentum coming in here to the grand finals. Again, we'll get started here in just a couple of moments here with Red Veil and Easy Clap. And of course, the intermediate finals yesterday was, if you missed out on that, we'll give you the score right here. Melbourne Midnights winning 4-2 on their end. So congratulations to them. And they made, and speaking of runs, if you look at their run, Melbourne Midnight started off going down into the lower bracket after losing to said Louisiana Lobsters in the upper bracket, dropped down all the way. And so Melbourne Midnights made their own lower bracket run from the very first game they had in the upper bracket. And so we'll see if this team from Easy Clap can do the same exact thing. They start off in the lower bracket, though, being the sixth place team. So they start off lower, but now they make their way all the way upstairs into the grand finals. And we'll see best of seven, by the way. So it is first to four, best of seven. Any ties, of course, will extend the series. We all know the rules at this point. So getting ready to go. Lijiang Tower will be the very first map that we play here on Control. So this game gets this is a very fun map, and I think one of the best maps for you. I mean, if you will, you've been on different teams before. Lijiang Tower's got to be up there as one of the best Control maps.
Absolutely is. I mean, there's so many things you can do between each map, whether you're inside of either the night gardens, or even if you're in control center. There's so many compositions you can play. I see my favorite compositions are usually with like a pharmacy, just because it gets a little bit more hectic
Now
that
arriving
way.
at Lijiang
Now we're looking to see what we're going to get into. We're starting into the
Initiating
match.
match.
We are going into control center, and I think this is great for rush comps, shadow dive, or just even some wackier comps. I've seen a lot of ball comps here before too, where we see a pharmacy kind of run in the background, letting the ball kind of just wreak havoc. So we have about 8 seconds until we start seeing what kind of compositions we can running between Redveil as well as Easy Clap.
Yeah, and so far we'll see. And so
Ready
far,
for
again, we
battle.
don't know what these teams are going to pull out from the very get-go here. So right now we'll take a look at what these teams are setting up. Both of them, obviously, symmetric teleporters to come out. Now, will they stick with it? We've seen a lot of times where that isn't really the case. But as for the other DPS side, you've got the Junkrat versus the Doomfist, and it looks like Bat versus the Lucio. Bat and the Lucio, I should say, are pretty much going to be the mirror matches. So the only difference here is that second DPS between the Junkrat and the Doomfist. And for the Junkrat, that's not bad because you got that little stairwell that you can show that you can just spam out on.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to stick with the Symmetra, so it's going to be about speed. Azali immediately deleted though.
Yep. Yeah, Free Ren gets the kill onto Azali, winning that DPS differential mirror fight. But Speed getting rid of the main shield, takes out Pixel Storm, which is good for them. But now this team in red just going to back off a little bit more. They're going to allow some free space and get out of this choke point for right now. And it's a pause in the action from the very get-go here. As Admon, you can see the ultimate percentages already if you're the healers. Marquee 8 rather, looking at 61% right now. Redix is 58, and of course, it's just a game of speed. But look at Speed's ultimate percentage, 81% already, and we're not even with the point unlock. Like 24 seconds in before we get to anything else on Speed's already just swinging away and just 19% away from an Earth Shatter.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible speed. Yeah, we haven't even unlocked the point, which you're saying. And what I was about to say actually is that generally in these kind of competitions, speed kills, and I thought Azali being on Doomfist would have immediately kind of gotten some picks, had more entry points, but I think he just got immediately just deleted by Freyren, and I was like, oh no, this might not be it. But they controlled a little bit of space, but Adbon just got disconnected, so I'm not sure how we're going to exactly reset with this. It might be now a disadvantage on the side of Redveil. I think there's still a few options for them. They can easily back off. The point hasn't been completely unlocked, but if you can group up everyone together, Azali has been respawned, I think there's still an opportunity for them to take the point.
Yeah, and it looks like one of the players has disconnected from the game, so we'll get them back in just a little while. But right now, case in point here, everybody else is basically the same. Symmetras are the Symmetra for the side of blue right now. For the side of, I believe that's Redveil, is not going to have that ultimate percentage for the full-time projector, which in turn, you can get pretty fast if you're a Symmetra, so long as you're hitting something other than a shield. So it turns out to be not too big of a loss, but against Speed with just a big percentage difference there of 73% over Pixel Storm on the Reinhardt is going to be big for them, especially with the starting point and the way they were positioned right at the end. You can see the Diva, or you can see the rest of the team in red just backing off a little bit from that choke point. So again, pause in the action for right now as it stands, trying to get that final player back into the game, and it looks like Adbon has returned, giving you a little play-by-play here of what's going on inside of the lobby. But Adbon is back here inside and should be back as the DPS, and it looks like we are getting ready to go. 5 seconds left to go until we get the unpause, and we are now back in the action as Adbon back in the game. They're going to go ahead and rail on off for right now. The space that this team in blue is taking right now is so immense that they're not even going to try to touch the point. Speed 90%, almost into an Earth Shatter. We'll use it right away. Gets 3 people down. Is it going to be enough to follow up? The Immortality Field is used right away. They still had it. The trade-off on the DPS are still there. As Advon changes on over to the Tracer. The Junk Tire, the Rip Tire, I should say, gets out and takes down Azali, but it's traded out for the Diva here, and somehow, some way, this team in red is going to make a comeback here, despite getting shattered and basically coming back to flip the point first.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty incredible fight. I think no one expected anyone's ultimate. So now we have Rectophobia ready to pull out the wall. And I just really am curious to see how exactly the rest of this can run out. We used the ultimates really early into this fight, and we're about to engage again.
Pixel Storm has an Earth Shatter to use. They'll use the Sound Barrier to come on up. Full-time Projector also there. Earth Shatter finds 0. There is nothing there for the Earth Tire. Another Rip Tire, though, from Freer, and takes down Speed. So they trade on in a 1v1 situation with the Immortality Field now gone. It's still a trade fight, if you will, but Azali taking down a big chunk of kills from JCDL. Also has the Sound Barrier coming up as well, but that Sound Barrier no longer of existence. And this team is blue from Redveil is going to come right back, and it looks like they're going to be able to flip.
Yeah, I mean, that was insane. I mean, honestly, how many ultimates were thrown out at once. I was used to like casting some of the intermediate matches. I haven't done in advance for a little bit, but I am just like, amazed how quickly everyone got their ults. Fragment with already 2 ults and already halfway to the second one. We're gonna see more Rip Tower usage soon.
4 ultimates, though. You can take a look at the top of your screen. 4 ultimates, including an application matrix that is used by Marquis. We'll see if that comes in, but this Sound Barrier is going to try to go right in. The Earth Shatter block, but the Meteor Strike comes on down. Bomb goes a little bit too far outside of the doors. In the meantime, though, Phoebe catches Red X sleeping and knocks him off the map, and a defensive hold right outside the door. And look how far they're pushing up. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. And it's still not over.
The bomb catches Marquis. He's on the wrong side of the shield, so the bomb catches him, unfortunately, and no Immortality Field to save him either. So now it's a 6v4 in favor of this team from Easy Clap. And right now, they're just going to push right on in, but they're playing right around the teleporter to make sure maybe they can go back and forth here. Speed almost to, or rather, 30% away from another Earth Shatter, but Pixel Storm down. Almost had the Earth Shatter as well. Amplification Matrix is out. Trying to get themselves some more damage out. Now another Rip Tire, the 3rd Rip Tire here coming out from this Junkrat of Freer Red. That's going to go right around. Immortality Field used perfectly there to save themselves. But the Earth Shatter comes down, is gotten by one person, but the follow-up not there. Although the follow-up does come right afterwards as the rest of the team of Easy Clap able to get the kills and able to flip the point back.
That was such a crazy and more hectic fight. This is what I was expecting in the grand finals, I'll be quite honest. And now we're running again with 75%. We're almost close to single point to 1-5 territory on the side of Redveil. All they have to do is really get some engagement back. But right now, this is gonna be a neutral fight. There's only one ult on stage with Speed with a Shatter and Phoebe with a, and actually both Lucians have their beats soon.
Yeah, the Shatter though used and it's blocked. Speed uses it, but to no avail as it's blocked by Pixel Storm right away. And look how fast they are going here with the Sound Barrier. But Jason used the Sound Barrier on the entire team to try to fight back, but it's not working. Pixel Storm goes down even before that Sound Barrier can become of even use. The Zali in the back line, going to take down 2, but already before that, they've got a trade fight going on. In a trade fight situation right now, it's just the Reinhardt Diva versus the Diva. Has the self-destruct to reset, though, that bomb right there. Not going to be able to move him forward for that Lucio. Azali is casted out. Self-destruct this time catches Pixel Storm, and it's going to be a fight in favor of Redveil.
And look at that, the point switch, but again, with 83% on the stage of Easy Clap, this is getting hectic and crazier and crazier, and honestly, it's almost hard to keep track of how many ultimates are being used, and whoever's ult tracking on each side must be doing either a really amazing job or just hoping for the best, because they're running ults left and right almost every 20 seconds.
It's insane how crazy this is for your end. With another Rip Tire, 4th of the game. Where is this going to go, though? Hides for a little while. Maybe to look for a tank. Maybe to look for a backline pick. It finds one. Advent in the backline, which means there's no more DPS, thanks to Lunacy also getting there. The Earth Shatter there. It takes down the Symmetra, but is there any follow-up? Got saved for a little while by that Diva, but it's not going to happen. Another Earth Shatter down there from Pixel Storm. It's going to flip them right back, but in this case, I don't know if that Earth Shatter was necessary there.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been just a more desperate point, because, I mean, they're at 99, and now you're 85, so this is, again, final fight territory for the side of Easy Clap. This is going to go to a 99-100. We just don't know what's going to run around. We have really Adbon and Azali with ults, so the DPS got their ults. And we're running, again, the same thing on the side of Easy Clap. Jason DL almost has beat also. And we've been using this to initiate.
Both full-time projectors are out, so it's shield versus shield here. Big time. And here comes the Meteor Strike that's going to come down. Not going to find anything in terms of kills. Sound Barrier has to be used from Jason. to make sure that they can stay alive after said meteor strike. And now with that first pick, application matrices are going to be popped thanks to Marquis. Here comes the self-destruct in the back line. Can't find anything. Azali, though, what are you doing to their back line? They've got the DPS, they've got the shield down, and all they have to do is start ripping into them from this point. But Azali is taken down at this point. It's a 99 to 99% anybody's game. But right now, Redveil keeps the point alive, but it's still in favor. It hasn't been flipped just yet. It might be here in just a couple of moments. It is. Overtime clock starts to bleed, but the only person left to go are these two Reinhardts, and right now Speed getting that Earth Shatter was the sign, seal, deliver, and it's a 199 fight in favor of Redveil to take the lead 1-0 on Lijiang Tower.
That was, again, quite incredible of a fight, but I think what it was really was Azali just putting in the work, and they just wrecked the other team at times. And like, where you think at one point that Easy Clap's got this in the bag because it went 99 to 100, but then Azali comes in the back line, destroys one or two characters, and they just flip the script completely. And I think we're gonna have to keep an eye on, and I really hope that Easy Clap keeps an eye on Azali, because I think that's gonna be the biggest problem, troublemaker for them. As we look like we're gonna go for another rush comp again. It looks like this is gonna be a very similar fight now. Azali and Freyra now on the Doomfist now, so this is a very even fight.
Yeah, it's looking very even though, but you take a look at, I mean, the Junkrat plays from Free Ren. 4 Riptires got there, but it still wasn't enough to basically bring it out. Very quick teleporters coming in, and they'll keep on the Symmetrics as well, as the Symmetrics are traded out. But Azali, again, this Doomfist has been doing an excellent job. 10 final blows thus far in this game compared to the other 10 final blows on the other side as well. But Azali making quick work of the tanks, and the point's pretty much clear, but for the Redveil, it's a quick cap for them.
Yeah, and I think it was like the last second switch. Lunacy went over to the to Winston, and you would think you would want to match the Reinhardt, but now they just lost their ult economy with switching Pickstorm and Lucy back to the role as a main tank and off tank.
So Redveil needing this map to end this, and Lijiang Tower go up 1-0 in the grand finals. Azali making quick work of Red X though, so big time. No heals coming up for the side of Easy Clap, but that's gonna change here in a little while, although not much in terms of cap points. They're just chasing down this Diva. Oh, Lunacy's in so much trouble, just gonna go down. Oh, I thought X-Runner was gonna follow that for a second, but X-Runner gets out of that, and so the points defense still stays with Redveil.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually kind of smart, because Lunacy was trying to reset without getting damage, but X-Runner just wanted to do a little bit of boop and just get that extra ult charge. Built the ultimate now for your Diva. We have 4 ults coming up on the side of Redveil compared to maybe 2 on Easy Clap. So this fight's gonna be pretty easy unless they just hold back a little bit and build more ults in this fight.
They're gonna climb, try through main in the meantime. Self-destruct is out. That's not gonna find anything. Sound barrier also out to lead them in. The Earth Shatter. Oh, it's big. It's big. Swinger hammer Speed. He's a Chad, and they keep the point. I'm on fire.
That was a Giga Chad mood if I've ever seen one before with a main tank. If I was Pickstorm, I hope your feelings have not been hurt. I hope you have good mental still, because you gotta do the same thing now on the other side. We're running at nearly 70% on the side of Redveil for this.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Speed's already got 25% to the ultimate. Pixel Storm, 45%. Hasn't built one up just yet. Azali doing something very risky, but has to Meteor Strike to get out, should he need to, unless they want to just drop on here, but they do have the Photon Projector to protect them for a little while from any damage, so there's Azali coming right back to the rest of the team. Now they're going to have the sound barrier here from Jason to lead them in. No support ultimates on the side of Redveil. Just going to keep swinging away, though. Speed already overtaking Pixel Storm for that ultimate percentage. But Lunacy with the rockets able to take down Speed and knock Speedy off the map. Lucio's hard traded, though. Easy Clap having the man advantage here, even in the straight with the overtime clock running. Application Matrix is used to try to make any sort of difference, but it will not an Easy Clap have one fight territory to hold on to this the entire way through.
Yep, it's definitely not optimal, but at least there's a fighting chance for Easy Clap to get a map off of this. The difficulty now is that really there's so much time for Redveil to build ultimates and go after again. I mean, if Azali just gets one pick, I mean, that's really it. Unless they find a way to take care of Azali, there's not much you can do unless Freyren and Red X just keep up the fight, keep up the balance with their defense, with their ultimate usage.
Well, let's see if Azali can get that pick, trying to get there. And here's the Earth Shatter. Don't really find anything here, but the Death Blossom in the background. How about a triple for Freyren? And it's all but over for this attack in one fail Q. Just one Q of that Death Blossom. Oh my goodness. Freyren just changed the game there.
Yep, I mean, hopefully there's a breath of fresh air, but they used 3 ultimates on the fight, and they're still holding to dear life on this map. When we Pixel Storm, Fairwind, and Redx using the ultimates, and then we have some more coming online on the side of Redveil. Adbon did switch over to the Mei, probably to slow things down a little bit. I think this might be an okay pick for this fight. I'm just a little confused at first.
Well, they have the Mei out. Marquis able to take down the shield, so that self-destruct has nothing to block it, although the Immortality Field having to be used on either side. Sound barrier from Phoebe to keep this team up and running. Trying to go up, but Azali now with the Meteor Strikes is going to find anything. It will not. Self-destruct also out in the middle of the point. Both of the Lucios now traded out thanks to that self-destruct trade out from X-Runner. The amplification matrix to lock them out. The overtime clock now bleeds because the point was flipped back into the side of Redveil. Here comes the Deadeye from Rectophobia. Really doesn't find anything though other than killing out X-Runner's mech. And now 3 people going down means that it is dire straits for this team of Easy Clap. Redveil have this on lockdown right now, making sure that they cannot touch the point. The Symmetra there just to lock it all down, but it's not even going to matter at this point. No one else can touch, and it will be the first map of Lijiang Tower. 2-0 heading in the favor of Redveil.
Wow, an absolutely incredible play between both teams. I'm not gonna knock any players because it's hard to go against players like like Azali when they're just always constantly running in your back line. And I'm not sure what you can do as on the side of Easy Clap to go against that. Either you find some hard cancel, like maybe a Soundbar or something, or if you just if you just want to just find some other ways to go against Azali, hard counters, or just trying to keep more eye on it. But I'm not sure if that is. If that's possible, just with the play style of Azali, just running it back, getting a pick really quick, and then trusting the rest of the team to go forward. But one thing I have to say is that the first map doesn't define really the pace of the rest of the match. There's still plenty of maps to go. We're still going for the best of 4. This could be just Redveil's single win. It might not. It might not. It might be. But I think we still have a lot to learn between both teams.
Yeah, just the very first map here. We thought that Easy Cloud might make the comeback there. They were on a good percentage as well. Could have
Mhm.
flipped it back to one fight territory, but in the end, Renvale showing why they are still why they started off in this upper bracket and why they started off just rolling through teams to get to the grand finals, winning Lijiang Tower 2-0. Next map coming up here soon enough, and we'll let you know what that is in a couple of moments. But for Easy Cloud, I mean, still plenty of big things to come up for them in that series, or rather in that map series for Lijiang Tower, because Freerin got a lot of ultimates off, including that one Death Blossom, but had a lot of rip tires, making sure that there's still pressure on Redveil. And look, that was not an easy win for Redveil at all, despite the 2-0 scoreline.
Absolutely. And one other thing is I will say is that when it comes to the pacing and the way the first maps run, it doesn't like I said, it doesn't define what the series goes like, but it does help show some of the habits of each team. And I really do hope that Easy Clap tends to start to adapt a little bit more. We might be switching over to I think we're going to hybrid next. So this plays completely different from King of the Hill control maps. So I guess it's a matter of seeing how the rest of the series plays out. But I do hope that Easy Clap has a couple cards up their sleeve that make it a little bit more interesting.
Mhm. And so it looks like the map that's coming up here might be Numbani. It's looking like a Numbani type of deal here for hybrid mode. So this would be Easy Claps pick, of course. Redveil winning the last map, so it would be Easy Claps, excuse me, the Easy Claps choice of map here. So Numbani would be a pick, although looks like some of them are kind of discreping it for right now. We're inside and we're looking at the chat that's going on right now, and we'll give you everything that we can to update that later on. But right now, Red Veil, if you're just joining us up 1-0 here in the Advanced Grand Finals, best 4 of 7. And so right now, it's just like Easy Climb. You were saying earlier, right, that that was a hectic game. That was a crazy game that we saw, and we never knew which way it was. Azali was
Mhm.
probably the main person there that was making picks. You said it. If Azali gets the first pick, it's pretty much Red Veil's game to win there. But it shows that Easy Clap is not going to go down without a big fight. And you saw that down 99-0, was able to flip it back in their favor and keep it for a little while, too.
Yeah, and again, it's not uncommon for that to happen, but it's just like it's so scary when you're at 99%, and one little fluke can just ruin it all. And as much as Fairwind was carrying the rest of the team on his back, there's only so much space on that. And players like Adbon and Azali just coming in, just wrecking havoc on the back line. And it's hard to really go against all of that. But one thing I say, let's keep up the mentals, let's see where the map goes. We're still kind of figuring out what map we're doing. We're trying to figure if the pool is okay to play Nimbani, as the Blur team was not in there. Um, Either they're gonna have to go to somewhere like Kings Row, Eichenwald, or something of that nature.
Well, let's talk about that because, like,
Mhm.
I mean, of course, the map pool does exist, right? And if Nimbani isn't in there, King's Row seems to be a favorite pick of everybody. Although, like in Overwatch 2 coming up in about or just under a month now, right? Like I know the Shaka picked Eichenwald back in Overwatch League as well. There's a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of differentials to it, right? Hollywood is also a common pick too, but King's Row seems to be one of those maps where just any player in Overwatch kind of likes.
Yeah, and I think the main reason is because everyone just scrims it, everyone practices it, and it's one of the better built and designed maps. So of course, I don't blame players from picking it. It's a comfort pick, but we are going to Eichenwald, and we're just about to get in and see how the rest of these teams play hybrid. Again, it's going to play very differently from what we saw in Control, and I really hope that Easy Clap has a couple more methods because they were just always just inches away from victory at certain points, and I just want to see if they have just like that 1% extra to get them over the edge and take a map off of Redveil.
Yep, so let's jump into the map right now as we get into the map of Eichenwald. And a very pretty map, of course. That you got that little choke point right underneath the bridge, but a very nice aesthetic map here. And second point, that high ground just becomes oh so important later on. When we get to that point. But right now we focus on first point and we see what the defense is going to pull out. Defense first is going to the team of Redveil since Easy Clap had the map pick. So Speed X Runner going to pull out the Diva and the Reinhardt combination, same as we did back on Lijiang Tower. Zali, though, not on that Doomfist anymore. Going to go on to the Cassidy Adbon in the May position now. And of course, they stick with the Baptiste Lucio combination. We'll see what this team of Easy Clap wants to pull out, especially when we still have 10 seconds left to go and they can still switch out at any given point before the attacking phase since they're already in their own spawn room. But if this holds, we might see a pharmacy.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a pharmacy map. Like I said, I love pharmacy compositions. They're always a little bit wackier, a little bit stranger, and it requires a lot more trust in the team. But I mean, honestly, against a rush comp like the one that Redveil is running, I think there's some advantages. There's not a lot of speed and not a lot of movement that they can play. They have to Redveil has to play together, while the pharmacy is kind of free reign, able to go everywhere, while the ball just kind of flexibly goes and grabs space.
Oh, this Diva's in so much trouble. Oh, Lunacy. Oh, get out of there. Oh, no. Okay, so gets frozen by the main first. But that's a good distraction if you're this team from Easy Clap, because that allows you to just move on in right to the point, and that's going to put so much pressure, especially on a pharmacy combo against Adbon and the Maze. So despite Lunacy making that kind of distraction going on in the back line, so much free room got in there, and a quick take and a quick 2.5 added to the bank.
I mean, okay, the fight was split away from the point. That was what I was saying about this composition. It splits very heavily, but you know, like you can survive as much as you want speed, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you lose the point.
Yeah, so Adbon now thinking that probably not the best idea coming up here, so we'll switch off to the Sombra pick. And Speed now moving from the Reinhardt in to a little more mobile Wrecking Ball, and Azali going to switch from the Cassidy. Lots of changes here for this team in blue right now, from Redveil Speed to the Wrecking Ball, Azali to the Ashe, and Phoebe to the Mercy. And so far, so good. If you're pocketing that Ashe, you get free reign. And X-Runner able to deny the res. That's some time gone, but they're still pushing up the card. It's just not going to have a pharmacy combo for a little while.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, this is the kind of adaptation I was hoping that Easy Clap would have. Redveil just swapped over completely.
The card's still moving here. I mean, they're allowing a lot of free space here. Dragon Strike from Rectophobia catches all the support sleeping here as both Marquis and Phoebe go down. And now it's just free reign. Again, the card's still moving there and just pushing them from behind. And now finally Speed noticing that, going right away, but capping them. And now they have the Rocket Barrage out. That's going to kill X-Runner out of mech, as well as in Baby Diva mode. But a lot of free space given up, and this card's already at the bridge.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, with so much space, this kind of composition thrives off of it. And Jason DL actually swapping over to the Winston. Oh, Azali. Murderous. Absolutely murderous.
Azali with some murderous intent here. Already 50% to a Bob now. Switching on over to a Winston is Jason. Was on that Hog before, but it's not going to work out for them. Transcendence is used to keep this team pushing forward and up. And Adbon now going to use the EMP right after that. That catches both of the tanks. Now the follow-up question is there. Lunacy now out of mech. Jason still stays alive, though, thanks to the supports. Not going down there with the EMP. Amplification Matrix is used right on this alleyway. Now they have a Widowmaker for Fury instead of the Pharah, who's going to go down to the hands of Speed. So right now, it's looking like for Easy Cloud, they had a very good first point. And now they're just getting denied right here at the bridge, especially with the Speed combination coming out for this side of Redveil.
Yeah, and I mean, now we have two snipers, basically a double sniper comp on the side of Easy Clap. That's kind of making it a little bit difficult for some initiation on this kind of composition, especially with Jason needing a little bit of support on attack on DPS to kind of get the focus away from him, or at least take the picks. So we have a couple more ults rolling up, so I think this is gonna be where we can start changing things.
I get the idea.
That does change Rectophobia, Ash, and you've got, like you were saying, the double sniper basically, but Rectophobia, big pick comes with Zolly, but is that probably going to get rezzed? Maybe not. There's no res just yet from Phoebe. They're going to save that, and now finally Phoebe has enough room to get that res onto a Zolly. Jason is hacked, but not before that Primal Rage comes up, so Jason able to stay alive for a little while. Self-destruct down to the back line. That's going to catch two. That's both of the supports there. No shield to protect them either, and yet another quick fight win here for Redveil.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely clean on the side of Redveil. I think they kind of figured out, okay, if you're going to play this game of splitting apart and getting picks here and there, I think we're going to kind of do the same thing. And I think they're implementing it just 2%, 5%, even 1% better than the side of Easy Clap.
And right now it's looking good for the side of Redveil. 3 ultimates, EMP back up online, as well as the 7th mana Bob. We got Marquis also with the Amplification Matrix too. Really the only thing up for this team of Easy Clap. Lunacy with the Self-Destruct, Rectophobia with the 7th man as well. So Bob's could be traded out here in this next fight for in on the Soldier. He's gonna dive right in. Here comes the Winston that's gonna dive right in, plus Thor of ultimate use, which is the Bob from Azali, and Rectophobia dying with the Bob as well. So again, yet another quick engage from Anbon with the EMP and another quick fight win for this team of Redveil, and a lot of time wasted. 5 minutes and 40 was the time bank back when this first started. They're down to 1 minute 30.
Yeah, that's 4 minutes of just failed attempts at this point. I think you gotta start changing the strategy. I mean, I probably would have started changing strategy maybe even a minute ago. But I mean, again, it's really scary to kind of switch over ult cycles and worrying about ult economy. But at this point, something has to change. Maybe even just the method of how you're getting to point, because I think they're a little bit too spread apart at certain aspects, and just someone's getting picked. But Pixelstorm does have the brick to keep everyone up together, defend them a little bit.
You're gonna have we're gonna switch here. 3 ultimates online for the tank of Easy Clap. The Soldier ultimate going to be used right away. That's going to take down Speed. Here comes the throw out for the Self-Destruct. Is that going to find anything? It does! That's both of the supports gone. Here's your best chance for Easy Clap to make some room and make some space. They use a lot of ultimates, though. They get the Nano Boost down. They use the Tactical Visor and Lunacy with the Self-Destruct, but in the end, it's going to be all worth it to get some free push.
Yeah, I mean, that was the attack they needed, but we are now 30 seconds almost into this, and they're going to have one more fight. Redveil has one more fight to go into this, and this is where ultimates are really important.
Use the Bob super early, though, to make sure Speed is kept in check, and that's huge for them. And now that Bob kept on to point as well, the shield mash putting it in a position where they can still fight alongside it here in Azali. Azali's Bob goes down now, and I don't know if anybody's going to be able to contest this because the Primal Rage from Jason keeps them out for a little while. Here comes the Rectophobia kill onto Azali to trade that out, and despite everything that happened, they killed a lot of the time bank, but I don't think Redveil is going to be able to keep this on for much longer, and yes, they add another 90 to the bank.
Goodness sake. And like the fight's still going on. They just kind of gave him a little bit of ult battery right there. They were thinking they can contest it, but they just lost a lot of squishes on that last inch of the fight. And this is where we have to worry about the pacing now and the tempo that they have. Now they have more ult economy compared to Redveil. They still really don't have anything online, and they're going to the final push. We're only 2 corners away from victory.
That bio name very early. Red X wants to try to build up this nano really quickly, and now the Reinhardt inside of the team that's going to charge right in, and a maze swap to Advon keeps this team locked out. Tactical Visor going to do absolutely nothing but take out a Diva Mech, which can be brought back right away. Rectophobia, all he can do is run, and a quick fight win for Redveil in only 45 seconds. It's pretty much one fight territory at this point.
Yeah, pro tip, don't sleep the nanoed Reinhardt. That's just one tip I have for Easy Clap. But beyond that, I think this is the final fight territory again. We got 30 seconds to initiate. We got 3 ultimates, so there's still a chance for them to take some momentum back. But this is getting a little bit scarier for Redveil.
do have the nano boost. The Winston will go right on it. Great bionate onto Adbon there, and who didn't have the ice block to try to heal themselves. So right now it's a push Monkey up, and now the 7th man is out right in that corner, and all Marquis can do is look at it as he sees himself back to the spawn run as fast as possible. No shields available. They go right behind, and now the payload within the last meter, and nobody's going to be able to touch. And so Easy Clap, despite the odds, with 5.7 seconds left. Uno, dos, adios. All 3 points for this team in red. And so now Redveil looking to match.
What was the most important part of that? I'll be quite honest, I did not expect them to finish, but the fact they finished with time, it's 5.7 seconds, but it's time nonetheless, and that is preventing them from really basically getting screwed if they make it through the next point of the map. Now, if I was on the side of Easy Clap, I would pray that they don't get 3 points, so that way you don't have to worry about that 5.7 time bank. But and better than nothing. And honestly, if they can hold a good, strong defense, there might be a chance for them to actually take a map off of Redveil.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good here. I mean, if you're sided the Easy Clap, 5.7 seconds, you gotta be a little disappointed there if you're Redveil, because all you needed to do was touch for about 5 seconds, force overtime, and you would have been in a 1-6 situation should you complete the map. But right now, let's take a look at the defensive side for Easy Clap, as you've got Jason and Lunacy. Hey, don't fix what's not broken here, as they've got the Winston and Diva composition, Rectophobia. On the Tracer. Pharmacy is back, which I know you like Sauce, and they also have Redix on that on the Ana to kind of nano boost that Winston, or maybe even the far end.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you need a little bit better healers that have further lines of sight when you're playing something like a Pharmacy or even having a dive tank composition. You want to be able to stay safe while still being able to give that support, and having an Ana out there, definitely a better pick.
So 3 minutes and 54 seconds on the clock. They are underway here on their push. And right now, this team are going to go right into this side room. And X-Runner's in a lot of trouble. No healers to help out. Almost going down there. And in fact, will get out of the mech. So they've already got the free tick, though. They pushed right in. Phoebe speed boosts them into the point. That is 2 free ticks. And this side of Easy Clap doesn't even realize that they finally do turn around. But not before the Tracer goes down here. And now their Ana's gone, which means they're relying on this Pharmacy combo to carry out the rest. But it's still enough to force back Redveil for right now.
Yeah, but that's a lot of progress, to be quite honest. And I can't complain. It's not even a minute into the match, and we already got 2 ticks off.
So not too bad here. Quick turnaround there. They had 2 ticks very early on, but now they're just staggering out this team from Redveil. That's going to cost them a lot of time, especially with Marquis out. And now they're just making sure that maybe this Lucio can go down pretty early on as well, but having no luck so far. Speed going down, and again, another stagger.
Yeah, I mean, I saw what happened. Speed was running back, and then Lucio was going towards their spawn. And if I was Speed, I probably would have just followed, your Lucio. But instead, he tried to hold back, do a little bit riskier move, high risk, high reward, but the reward was not there.
So, and the time bank now already wasted. 90 seconds gone here for this team of Redveil, so they're going to have to try to find another way. This time they're going to go right around. Good thing there's no May here on the side of Easy Clap. Otherwise, that's a risky move. The nano boost is right in. Jason's going to jump right in. Self-destruct just outside of the staircase. Doesn't make it quite into the hallway, but now they're going to go right around here, but the Winston just dives right on in. Then Reinhardt's going to find nothing on the charge, and another quick fight win for Easy Clap.
Yep, I mean, I commend them for trying a different rotation, because I mean, at least you tried something a little bit different instead of going straight to the point. But the difficulty is just the transitional spaces that you made, and then if they were able to get a pick just due to the mobility alone. But at least they have some ultimate charge now.
Yep, that they do. Their Speed might have a Urge Shatter coming up in a little while. They're also going to have the Deadeye ready for Cassidy on Azali. They're also going to have Marquis Application Matrix and a Sound Barrier up as well. But the Rocket Barrage makes sure that nothing happens here. Freerin is just going to say, wait just a minute. 1 ult is all we need to win that fight. So the Deadeye is gone, and X-Runner is going to die as well. And a quick fight again. And so 2.5 gone. Redveil, no answers for Easy Clap right now.
I mean, at this point, I would be switching comps. I'm not sure what, I'm not sure how, but if I was Redveil, I would be wanting to consider your options.
So right now, I mean, This is looking good if you're on the side of Easy Clap. Sound Barrier is going to be used. It took a little while for it to get down there, but X Runner is safe still in mech. Phoebe uses it. The Earth Shatter Pig, that's 2 people down. And there's the follow-up coming up to Rectophobia, and Renix, who goes down. One more tick left to go, and they might be able to cap this one as well. Self-destruct there just to secure it, and they've got themselves the point and some additional time.
Yeah, man, that was scary at the moment, but I think what it was is just like the stubbornness of Speed wanting to stay on the Rhine. I mean, if he switched back to that ball earlier, maybe there could have been at least some ult charge for this next position for Streets phase, or even maybe gotten the point a little bit earlier. But you're just really depending on that shatter, and that's what kind of won them that fight. Just that nasty shatter, and just hoping that there was enough people on the floor that weren't pharmacy to kind of get those picks and really get the balance of a 4v6 battle going on.
So now they're going to try and switch this up. Speed moving on to the Wrecking Ball here, and Speed just making sure that they can just get out of that fight immediately. But Jason in a little bit of trouble going down. Solo jumped down, but with no help from the backline, no help from Renix or Pixel Storm. That's an easy win fight. And they invest the Nano onto Freeran, who has the Rocket Barrage, and is going to try to win their fight on their own, but the Diva able to suck up a lot of that damage. But it's still looking like Easy Clown might have this one, although X-Runner trying to make a big difference. Self-destruct is there to basically remech, and in the meantime, Lucy and Baby Diva Form finds a solid. How did that happen? And right now, it's looking pretty good here. Easy Cloud makes them back off for a little while.
Yep, I mean, honestly, X Runner was doing so much work in that fight. It was like 4 of the picks were from X Runner.
4 picks from X Runner there, but 75%, almost down to another self-destruct, but another pause in the action here on Eichenwald, right in the middle of the fight. As you can see, you're gonna have basically a lot of the teams just running up here from the side of Easy Clap right now, just maybe running up and hopefully diving in for and by the way, switching in that last second, switching on over from the Pharah into the Sombra. So Easy Clap right now looking pretty good on the defensive end. Only a minute 55 left on the clock on first point, headed towards second. And I mean, the payload isn't even on the bridge yet, and that's one of the harder points to cover if you're the attacking team, especially still. You've got Speed on the Wrecking Ball now, changing on over from the Reinhardt. You said they should have switched a lot earlier, and I agree. If they had switched maybe a little bit earlier, they might have had a little bit more time on the clock than just a minute 55 right before the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, a minute 55 is still a healthy amount, but with Adbon being disconnected again, we're out another bit of the ult economy. And I can see why Freeman wants to switch to Sombra as much as Freeman was popping off on a lot of these heavy damage, high burst heroes. Having an ability to hack someone such as Speed or X Runner, who's been just wrecking so much havoc, um, I think it might be the reason why they're going for it. And you're going to try to want to slow down the pace of Redveil, and that's usually what Sombra does. It slows down the pace of teams, especially on the attack side. They have to hold back. They have to be defensive against it. They have to keep an eye out. And one thing I was saying in one of my previous casts that I've learned is that attention is a resource on its own. So if you're able to just get the resource of the attention from the enemy team, they're keeping a lookout. That's one less set of eyes looking at something else that might be happening on the side of Redveil or on the side of Easy Clap.
Yeah, and by the way, some stats for you, if you will. If you're talking about Freeran's performance, Rectophobia doing the same thing as well. You're looking at final blows, 9 final blows for Azali for them, and compared to Freeran's 20 final blows on 20 final blows on 7 deaths. Azali's got 9 final blows on 11 deaths in this map so far, and this Tracer from Rectophobia, or I should say Rectophobia in general right now, 15 final blows on 8 deaths. So it's right now it's looking very good for Easy Clap on their defensive hold. And like I said, that payload not even to the bridge yet, which is one of the harder points I would say to try to defend against. But we are in a pause action right now. Again, we have Adbon out of the game. So like you were saying, a lot of that ult charge gone. And so X-Run are trying to do what they can. They'll have a self-destruct up in a little while. Really no ultimates is very soon here. If we're taking a look at the ultimates coming up as well, Jason's going to have that Primal Rage. Other than that, really nothing unless Rectophobia can get that Pulse Bomb very quickly, which we know Tracers can do in good situations when they're all grouped up. But right now, as it stands for X-Runner, they have their ultimate. You're going to have Speeds, maybe landmines if they have that coming up quickly. But right now, it's a low ult fight with a minute 55. And for Redveil, that's kind of not what you want here.
Yeah, I mean, but on the bright side, there's not really any ultimates on the side of Easy Clap that can hinder them from burning any more of that time bank. So there's still opportunities for them to build ultimates in time for them to get some time left while getting to point C. But one thing I just also want to say is this: there's so much work being done with Freyren right now. Last map, Freyren was doing a lot of work too, but in a game type like hybrid or even any kind of like escort maps, you can see where having the numbers is so important, whether it comes to team fights or just having an extra body to keep an eye on different flanks. And I think Freyren is like a shining light inside the Easy Clap right now.
Mhm. And so it looks like the teams are getting back in, and it looks like Adbon is back into the game, which means we might have ourselves a 65 situation. Not going to be Overwatch 2 quite yet for the side of Redveil, as well. I mean, it wouldn't be Overwatch 2 anyways. They'd have 2 tanks, 1 DPS, 2 supports. Wouldn't really be a very damage heavy comp. But we jump back into the game now. There's a minute 55 left to go, and the clock keeps running. And X-Runner, in the meantime, was charging right up the Pixel Storm during that, right before the pause. So in that case, that Mercy does go down, happening right there, but it's still the tanks going down for the side of Easy Claps. Rectophobia does indeed build that Pulse Bomb very quickly. Doesn't have to use it quite yet. They push back this side of Easy Clap. Actually does invest the Pulse Bomb, but still, it will be this team of Easy Clap that bring it down to 90 seconds left.
Yep, I mean, and this is a little bit scary because they haven't really built really enough ults except for Bob and and Speed running on to the mines.
Yeah, and Winston was slept for a little while, but got woken up, which is really unfortunate for them. Speed able to knock Redex off the map, but Jason able to avenge his own healer. That should be a team kill and a team wipe for right now. Only 60 seconds left to go. This is a completely different Easy Clap team than we saw.
Yeah, and now this is basically Final Fight territory at 1 minute, only because of how far away that payload is from even getting close to the doors of point B.
Self-destruct will come out. I don't think Lunacy is going to be able to... Oh, Lunacy just gets out of there, but the mech does go down thanks to the hands of Azali. So Tang really traded out at that point, and Azali takes out the baby Diva. So now it's a fight down by, or right before the payload, I should say, with the rally being popped down from Phoebe to keep this team up and get them some shields. And now this payload will move on, but not before we should hit overtime, considering the amount of contest that will go on. Adbon trying to delay this, though, because the Pulse Bomb does hit Pixel Storm. But it's still a good fight for them, and here comes the contest. Are they going to actually... Wait, are they going to contest this is the question. They are in this room right now. They do have 5 meters to do that before they get there. The EMP is out, catches 2. But it's not going to be enough still. Adbot able to run away with this game for them so far. And Redveil trying to make this comeback. Both of the DPSs go down. That EMP made sure it does not matter. And yes, they will add 90 to the bank.
Oh my lord. I mean, Adbon... No, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. I would like to think. I mean, they've got the teleporter up, but I mean, it's not going to amount much to anything. But a good fight for Redveil to give themselves another 90 on the clock.
Yep, I mean, when Adbom's actually in the game, Adbom's putting in some work. I wonder why he was... I really hope while Adbom was disconnected that he upgraded the internet service for them, because they need to stay in the map. They do.
We need to change his ISP real quick. Get a better ISP. Maybe get him Spectrum. No, not Spectrum.
Not Spectrum.
Not Spectrum. No, minute 5 on the clock here as the landmines are brought out. I can't just pull the Redix and Pixel Storm in. So Redveil's gonna have a lot more room to play now with only 54 seconds. Now here's where the problem came in for problem came in for them defensively. Speed is doing a lot of work, but now Easy Clap can touch with 45. Can they hold them all the way down to overtime? I mean, it really won't matter at this point, but it still would be a great time difference.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 ultimates on the side of Redveil that they can just implement any second.
Wob gets counter charged on. The self-destruct out. Catches both the Tracer and the Ana. So here comes the struggle bus for Easy Clap. Redveil trying to make on a show here from the final point on. That pause might have actually helped them in the process here. In the 15 seconds left, they are 1.72 meters out. They're just trying to touch to make sure that 5.7 seconds is what Easy Clap can still hold the advantage on. But no, 8.1 seconds is what they had before they capped. A matter of 3 seconds, a matter of 2.4 seconds gives this team of Redveil all 3 points, and now they will defend first.
That was thinner than the hair in the back of my head as I age and grow older. I mean, that was close. I mean, at any moment between both of those attacks, I thought, oh, maybe they'll make it in. I don't think they have a chance of making it in, but they just do at the very last second. And I'm not sure if it's like the will of power that they have, or the fact that they have some sort of clout they want to get from winning League Zero champion. I just don't know what it is, but they're just popping off at the very last second, making these clutch moves. And now we're seeing a ball comp on both sides, whether you're on attack or defense. So I think they learned a little bit lesson. They want to play it a little bit safer and stretch out a little bit more so they don't get bundled up together and destroyed by a pharmacy. And both teams are actually running pharmacies, whether they're on attack and defense. So Redveil going, okay, well, we can run the pharmacy too if they want to.
And the only difference here on both sides is that Reddick's looking to see if they can opt to the Zenyatta instead, maybe put that orb on the potential pharmacy combo coming out from Redveil, but we'll see what happens there, or even to maybe put it on the tanks. But for right now, 9 seconds left to go. The matter of 2 seconds. Remember, Redveil finished the map with 5.7. Easy Clap finishes with 8.1. So there's a 2.4 second differential round down. It's 102 to 1 minute, and it is only 60 seconds here for Easy Clap to try to push it up. Here we go. This could be the difference between a 1-1 and a 2-0 series. Right now, tie possibility is still in play. Jason will switch on over from the Wrecking Ball into the Winston. This pharmacy combo still working out in their favor as Freeland's already 31% to an ultimate as Ollie, although still up to 34% to that 7th man. X-Runner falling so low, but a big first pick. Adbon able to take down Pixel Storm in the pharmacy battle, winning it so far. We'll have to back off for right now. They got a group. They want another fight here, but Adbon taking out Freeland, wasting more time.
Yeah, I mean, and when it comes to like a 1 second, a 1 minute time bank, you're really depending on ult charge as quick as possible. And I think this kind of composition was smart on side Redveil to go, because now they're further split apart. It's harder to get ult batteries kind of built, ultimates built up.
Somebody's got to touch here. Wrecking Ball's going to be the only thing that can touch, and they will touch just in time. The overtime clock will activate. Good job to Jason there to make sure that overtime clock does start. But now Reddick's Bionated will have to back off for just a little while, falling so low, but able to come up for just a second. Here comes the Nana boosted. Far from Adbon, who's 75% to an ultimate here. Rocket Barrage is out, but it finds nothing. It's canceled out. Good night, Fear, and hello, Adbon, to win this one out in the pharmacy battle. Overtime clock still running. Speed is still on this, Speed clearing out Jason DL, clearing out Rectophobia, and no ticks. A tie possibility, but 1 tick for Redveil to win this.
Indeed, I mean, a tie is optimal for Easy Clap at this point, but I mean, they got 1 minute, they got an extra 2 seconds, so it's, I guess, how you're gonna play it out. I would hope that they will keep with a similar comp to what they just played right now, because again, you want to be split apart in this kind of competition where you want to reduce the chances of Redveil getting an ult, having some ults built up in time. So we're gonna see what the competitions are in a matter of seconds, but I'm wondering if Redveil can get this through, can clutch it with 2 extra seconds.
I'm not too sure if 2 extra seconds makes a big difference here. It's gonna be interesting if it does. I mean, whether or not that's the difference in 1 or 2 team fights, I mean, who knows at this point. But taking a look at the defensive side here for Easy Clap, still has the Winston, D.Va, Ashe, and Pharmacy combo still in play. But Adbon was the one to assert dominance in that last pharmacy battle, but it's all now trying to cancel that out with the Cassidy.
Yeah, and I think it was because Marquise gave that nano, and Adbon just had that extra bit of damage, was able to knock out Freeman while using their ultimate. So now that they're actually both using Anas, whether they're on attack or defense, this is gonna be a little bit more intriguing. But I'm not sure how much of a difference it's gonna make.
60 seconds.
So this is tieable still. We still could have a draw map. 55 seconds and running. They're going to try to go around the right side this time around. They're going to try to go around near the big environmental kill possibilities. Jason's going to jump right back. Freerin up to 16% on ultimate. Adbon now up to 13 with 1 shot. Still the pharmacy combo looking to be won here by Adbon. It's Azali has slept for a little while, but doesn't matter. Azali's going to be able to get the kill on Redix. That's big for them. And now they've gotten the kills in a train fight situation. To be able to res up Azali, this could be it. The only person left on this point anywhere close is Lunacy, who's on this Devo, who's going to get DMAC. Can't even touch the point after DMAC. And so the tie possibility happens to be in Redveil's favor, and they are now up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, I mean, I think what may have was the flaw there at that point was E-Clap kind of bundled up together as they realized, oh wait, where's my battle buddy? Where's my battle buddy? And they kind of just stuck together, all 6 of them, and then, well, what happens when you got damage that kind of goes everywhere, like on the Pharah? Well, you get damage, you get picked. So But honestly, impressive play between both teams. I'm hoping on Easy Clap that you still think this is a 0-0 situation. Remember, the other team went 4-2. There's still a chance for you to get all 4 maps and still win this as Easy Clap. But it's just gonna be a little bit harder, and I hope your mentals are there.
Yeah, man, it's 2-0 right now. So we'll see if the mentals from Easy Clap can come back. We'll take a short break. When we come back, map number 3. Stick with us. Redveil up 2-0, winning Eichenwald, winning Lijiang Tower. We'll see if Easy Clap can come back right after the break. 2-0 series lead in favor of Redveil. We welcome you back inside of the Advanced Grand Final, Season 5 for League Zero. Clutchkin alongside Gunsauce here. The next map to be played is Rialto. So the next map is indeed an escort map, of course, as per every map set in Rialto, the next pick. So this gets interesting comp-wise for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, there's again more opportunities for like a pharmacy comp or even rush comps or even double shield. There's just so many possibilities out of each team. They could keep it milquetoast, keep it simple, plain Jane, or they can just find some quirky strategies because there's so many corners, so many little angles that they can go to in pathways. So right now we are looking at the side of Redveil on defense. They are running a classic Ryan comp, a little bit brawly. And on the other side, Jason DL Lunacy running a ball and a Sigma for a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more speed and mobility. With Rectophobia kind of helping, I'm pretty sure helping them as a trace to get some of the backline damage.
This is interesting, the May pick here with Adbon on the May. I mean, this would maybe lock them out from maybe with the May wall, or maybe freeze out what potentially the side of Easy Clap is going to bring out, especially with Jason DL on the Wrecking Ball. Maybe they're feeling that the Wrecking Ball is coming. I mean, Adbon might be a psychic at this point.
Maybe. I think Adbon just likes May.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, May is a fun character to play if you're on the team that has the May. If you're not, then at least that changes in Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
345 here, a lot of cart being pushed up over the bridge, so maybe no more environmental kills possible, but it really wasn't possible anyways, except for Phoebe on the Lucio. But now they're going to let it move around, and in fact, they're going to give them a little bit more room, and they're not going to play in this tight alleyway. The cart may be able to push up into this open area, but they're not going to allow that just yet as Sigma's up in the open area. X1 is going to make sure they stay in this lower area. And speaking of Phoebe with the environmental kill, knocks the Lunacy off the map, and therefore it's a good defensive hold so far. Phoebe does go down. That's both of those supports down for Redveil.
Yeah, that was a team kill. And the thing was, Redveil, what they were doing is they were letting them take as much space as they wanted because they were waiting for them to split. As soon as they saw the split, Speed ran in, and everyone just followed suit and got the picks.
So Cart allowed to move up just a little bit more, inches its way forward, but I think Speed is right there to contest it for, or actually, no, excuse me, that's Adbon going to contest it for a little while, but a little more push for the payload means it's back into open territory now. And so here comes this Easy Clap team that's going to try to run on that. Speed in the middle of the team here, but it's going to get also speed boosted up. It's going to make sure that the May wall is right there to block out anything that's lower, but Speed in the middle of the team does die to the hands of Lunacy, so that's a final blow for them, and a big loss for the side of Redveil. No more shields there, and now it's just a ball swamp out. Not going to find anything for the Transcendence used for Red X to make sure that this team can push up with no hesitation whatsoever. And the fight is still going on. I mean, Phoebe's here to track them up. Here's the self-destruct, not going to find anything. Deadeye, though, finds Brewer and caught. So no shield there either, but is going to get rent. So luckily enough, Pixel Storm is there to pocket Brewer. Now the 7th man is out for them. It's going to hide inside of this hallway. X-Corner pushes that out of the way just for a little while, but keeping them in that corner. Bob is just uncontested right now to make sure they get some damage on. Adbon switching on over to the Sombra really doesn't make a big difference here, and it's going to look like Easy Clap's going to be able to push this up.
Yeah, and I think, again, what happened is more of the transitional spaces when they were moving, when Redveil was moving from one side to the other, a couple of the players got picked out, and then they were just able to use the space. What the heck? Speed.
So Redx walked right up to Speed, and Speed then says hello and uses the Earth Shatter right there to take care of the Zenyatta. It still makes no difference, but the Earth Shatter there kind of just a message to be sent to Redx.
I mean, if there was one message to give out, it would be just, let me just shatter your face.
Yeah, it's interesting, and even one of the specs inside of the chat saying the Sombra map. Well, Adbon is on the Sombra, so it's in itself it could be a Sombra map if this EMP comes up big. But so far, 4 ultimates are up. A lot of ultimates being thrown at the same time. The EMP is there, catches Redx, which means Redx has no Transcendence available, and that's going to allow Adbon to come on in and say, hey, maybe this is a Sombra map. Gets 2 picks on the back line and puts the team from Easy Clap down. Although the Valkyrie is invested here from Pixel Storm, it's able to res up Redx, so the play continues here in this fight. Speed transitioning to the Orisa, just holding on with that gold so far. But right now, as it stands, Redveil still trying to make this in their favor. Deadeye is there, traded out for a pulse bomb. So Super and Casty really just going at each other here. Self-destruct in the back line, and right now that should be a fight win, especially in the trade scenario. It should be a fight win for this team from Redveil, you would think.
Yeah, you would think, but I mean, they're still committing ultimates and they're still getting picks. Freyman just picked off Phoebe, and I think they're gonna be pushing the card for just a little bit longer as these respawn stuff coming in order.
I mean, you would think that this is a fight win here, but the Transcendence now invested from Reddick to make sure they can push. Jason, by the way, gets the kill as Ollie runs right into the landmines that were already established, and now Lunacy backup means that Easy Clap is gonna have more of a push to come on back. And
Yeah,
that was an amazing comeback.
I didn't expect them to. I thought they would, do the smart thing and, the forehead thing and just wait a little bit for everyone to group up. I was like, no, we got this in control. We're controlling space. So that was it. They just kept on pushing.
Well, the Tracer contest, but is that contest going to continue here? The EMP is out, catches 4, and again, it's all over the supports there. So Adbon making quick work with that EMP onto the supports, but isn't going to be enough is the question as they trade out. Bob is used. 7th man out in the front there, is killed right away thanks to the debuff there, but the self-destruct now out. Nobody really contesting, but now they're back onto the card, making sure that this 0.86 meters cannot be captured. But it's still this team from Easy Clap that's getting the trade fights that they want. Spawn Room still in favor of this defensive team of Redveil, but the point does cap.
Yeah, and they have 3 minutes to get to this last point. This is always a very tricky fight because it's how many corners there are coming around and how defensive of a position that last room is. But I mean, there's still a lot of opportunity. But Speed is switching to the Hog and I think committing to it. So this is a little bit untraditional. This is not as of tradition. But I'm curious to see what the point of the defensive Hog is.
Well, I mean, Azali switching on over to the Hanzo. Hey, it works out in your favor, especially if you can take down Freeran very early on. Line went there to deny any access right in that corner area. That's going to allow them to push up just a little bit more, especially when everybody not looking at Azali. But Azali is going to go ahead and just pop 2 right away. Oh my goodness, even Rectophobia has to say good shot.
And I mean, again, okay, so I think they kind of caught Azali in the back corner and just got deleted, but now we're looking at the battle turning around. Now we got 2 picks early.
On. We'll see if Azali sticks to it, and Azali indeed sticks to the Hanzo here. The Hog really not working out so far in the favor of this team from Redveil, and we saw Easy Clap, remember, back on the last map of Eichenwald, got held for quite a long time, but not until the end when they got 5.7 seconds remaining on their clock when they pushed. They're down to a minute 30. We'll see if history repeats itself here. A lot of ultimates being thrown out, but the self-destruct takes down the Mercy, although traded out for a 7th man kill onto Phoebe. Doesn't matter. Azali still hitting shots. And the DBS, this is a DBS battle if I've ever seen one. Self-destruct out in the middle, not going to find a single thing. X-Runner taken out of mech, does not have a self-destruct to remech. But now they have the whole Hog to make sure they're denied from any card push. And Speed takes down Jason with it. So despite everything that happened here, I'm assuming they're going to regroup, and Easy Clap does, so Redveil holds on.
Yeah, they hold on for this. The tiny bit in Speed on that Hog was, I mean, I think Speed got most of their ultimate using the take a breather. And finally going back to the Rhine, did what they wanted to accomplish, I guess, and going back to the Rhine. Now it's a Rhine v Rhine. So we're going to see a little bit of a messier fight. We're going to see a lot of neutral fight dominance for MTD, I guess you can say. It's going to be up to the tanks to kind of put up this neutral fight.
Well, we saw that Rhine versus Rhine fight in the first point, in the first game on Li Zhang, where Speed got to that ultimate so fast. Both of the back seats now out of play. Azali still hitting shots. You cannot deny Azali anything other than nice shot, because Azali just got 3 there. Adbon got 4. Adbon got 2 to clean up house, and so right now Azali with that Dragon Strike, but otherwise not much else. DB investing the rally there.
I mean, that was incredibly clean by Azali. Honestly, they kind of took advantage of the fact that everyone kept them busy, and now they really only have 1 ultimate on defense, but it's being used right now.
Oh, that Maywall locks them in for a little while, so the Immortality Field not being used just yet, and now it's used on both sides. That's going to go down. But was Azali just hitting shots? It's shot after shot. The arrows do not miss if you're Azali. They're Earth Shatter there just to invest to make sure they're cleared out. And this time around, it's Easy Clap that cannot finish the map. Redveil hands them only 2 points, 81.50 meters, but Azali cannot miss right now.
Oh my gosh, Azali.
Switching sides.
You're sweeping me off my feet. That Hanzo play was just incredible. I mean, again, hats off to the rest of Redveil, giving Azali the space that they needed to have to kind of get those picks and line them up. But even at the last seconds, I've seen Azali just getting picks, like just craziness, just absolute chaos. And then, I mean, I'm not sure if Easy Clap just needs to focus up a little bit, tighten up the coordination. But I think that was what was happening just because how many opportunities Azali had to get 2 picks, or like consistently 2 picks per fight as Hanzo.
Yeah, and Azali just pick after
Ready for
pick.
battle.
No, Azali, come on, you don't want to stick on the Hanzo? They're gonna go.
I mean, they're an organized team. They're an organization that's organized. They're gonna play compositions that they're ordered to do.
What's nicer though? What's nicer though? A headshot from an Ashe or a headshot from a Hanzo?
Oh my, yeah, it's more satisfying with a Hanzo, of course. Come on, come. But I think the plan is a pharmacy comp here, and you know you need to get a little bit of fire help. And I think the Zali as Ashe will probably be more useful, more consistent damage compared to the Hanzo. But even as Hanzo, Azali was doing consistent work. So and you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We're here. We're just gonna watch the fun.
Hard to go from the hit scan to projectile to hit scan though.
Yeah.
Plays a little bit differently for the headshot, but you like the delayed dink noise, right? When you
absolutely.
When you get that headshot. But anyways, here comes the Winston, who's gonna fly right over the roof and just gonna dive this upper floor on the defensive side. But now you have the Echo Mercy combination against the Echo Mercy combination as Advon switches on over to that Echo, but still alt chart in favor of Furin and Arachnophobia right now DPS wise. 3.5 minutes left to go, 30 seconds. They've already pushed up this card quite a distance, pretty much the same distance as Redveil had themselves earlier, but it's still just fight after fight here. Azali's in a lot of trouble, but the focus being on Phoebe means that Redveil is going to have no answer for what Easy Clap has so far.
Yeah, and I think Freeman did the smart move, choosing the Echo from the very beginning, and now Adbon has half the. Oh, okay, switching over to now Tracer, so kind of changing up their ult economy a little bit, and not giving really them an opportunity to build up for something. But I mean, I guess the option now at this point is to kind of just jump into an enemy, like take care of their mobility, and then just smash them, and then try to move the card at that point.
2 minutes and 47 seconds left to go on the clock. Looking to see if they can push up any further here. Furin with the 2, they might not even need it because Jason's taken out of the fight very early on, thanks to, or rather, Azali's taken out of the fight early on thanks to Jason DL. So right now, just stuck in this alleyway. That payload has not moved for a good minute so far. And right now, the Echo Mercy game being won by Furin and Pixelstorm.
Yeah, and I think the fights are still going on. We're seeing ultimate usage now at this point.
Well, you have the Transcendence being invested, but that was because the Winston is up there, so not a bad trade if you're Redveil. You trade the Nanoboost for big Transcendence in the back line, but it doesn't matter. Rectophobia and Lunacy back there, and we talk about X-Runner trying to carry out. He's got 2 in the back line with the Ashe and the Zenyatta. And now the Valkyrie here is rezzing in a very difficult position. Pixelstorm tried something cheesy with the res, but it's super unfortunate because X-Runner was right there to use the self-destruct. Is taking out a mech once again, but Redveil is right there to clean up the pieces and advance the payload.
Yeah, X-Runner just won that fight for them, and now there's not really many ults to use on the Easy Clap side except for the mines, and I'm not sure if they can even contest this or if they want to hold up close.
So there's Jason Dio's landmines to deny space as well as keep speed in there to go down. Azali's 7th man does not matter. Taken care of almost immediately after it's brought out. The trades onto the tank though. Jason is down, so Redveil wanted to try. Now would be the time, except that with both of the sports down, Redveil's got to find a way to back up here.
Yep, and I think this is it. This is going to be close to the final fight here. They have to regroup. They can't be staggering and letting this fight continue.
Let's see. I mean, a lot of we saw it back in Eichenwald, where it was basically Redveil trying to advance on and was having a little bit of trouble. Not until maybe first or second to last fight for the point. We'll see if they can get back here. In the meantime, 40 seconds left to go. Nobody really contesting this point up until the last 2.69 meters. But Advon and Speed are gone so early on. Meaning, if you want to regroup for another fight, it has to happen now, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think they're making some desperate swaps. We see Adbon now switching over to a Samba to try to at least slow down the pace of this defense from Easy Clap, but there's already plenty of ults on that side. I'm not sure if they're gonna hold this, if they're gonna be able to take this point.
Yeah, they're not going to C9 this. They're going to stay right on that payload to make sure that if they see that Somber pick, in which they probably have already, they're going to make sure that Teleporter's gotten rid of very early on so they can't play. And then Freerin notices that right away, but decides to stay with the team. There's the self-destruct out from X-Runner. Photon Projector thrown out there, but it's not. Photon Projector was out, but that was not before the self-destruct was out there anyway. So Pixel Storm caught in the back of it. They're traded out. Azali is gone, switching on over to the Widowmaker, or is on the Widowmaker. Now they have to self-destruct. There is no shield here available to them. Doesn't matter. They run away for right now, keeping the fight alive. When Marquis going down is big for them, especially so close to a Transcendence here. Fight still being won, and now Valkyrie invested as well from Pixel Storm to keep the team up. Gets Rectophobia up as well. A lot of the damage is back. Speed going down, and they can only hope for so much. It's a clean 3-0. Welcome back. Easy Clap back into the series.
There we go. And finally, we see a map on the board, Easy Clap. I am still anticipating, like I said, this is still can happen to 4-2, or even go to the 4-3. But I mean, the work that Azali put into this map, I feel a little bit bad for, just because of how strong the defense was and how much work Azali put in. But watching this play of the game, Azali is just deleting people left and right.
Yeah, I mean, through that application matrix as well, but you're right. Azali's work goes all for naught there, and you would say also, I mean, even X-Runner's work goes all for naught. They're winning one fight there in the first point, but it does not happen. Redveil shut out for the very first time in basically shut out in this map. I mean, they've lost. This is their first map loss in this series, and if you go back to the playoff bracket, for the advanced side, they've only dropped 2 maps this entire playoff series. In fact, they dropped 1 map to Goats only back in their first match in the upper bracket. They dropped 1 map to Kingdom, but that was it. But these matches have been so close where Redveil could have dropped any map at any given time. So Easy Clap back in the series now, 2-1. Next map up is going to be Assault, and the choice comes
Hanamura,
because you love this map.
It's Hanamura. I mean, I like how pretty it is, how much pink there is. It just kind of sparks joy in my heart. And I think with that, it looks like the defense is going to go towards Easy Clap, and Redveil is going for the offense. And this is kind of one of my favorite maps just because of the nuance of, well, I mean, there's not really any nuance. It's like it's just getting past through those choke points with as little death and as little damage as possible. It's a mindset, a mind game of like it's fortitude, making sure, hey, I can still win this fight. And Adbon has disconnected. So I think that it was what happened. Adbon did not disconnect the last map, and that's why they lost it.
Ah, there we go. That's the secret. Remember, Adbon, if you've been keeping up with the storylines here, Adbon, the trend is he disconnects once every map, especially first one in Lijiang Tower, disconnected right on Control Center, came back, but in the middle of that, but still they won the fight 2-0. Go to Eichenwald, disconnects, I believe, on their attack with 1:55 remaining on the clock, and comes back, and right then and there, Redveil able to win, or able to get all 3 points, 2.4 second differential, and forcing Easy Clap to attack. Then Redveil comes back and wins that map 4-3. But Rialto, we did not see a disconnect. Maybe because the map did not last as long as they'd like to hope for Adbon to disconnect. That was not the case this time around. So Hanamura, he disconnects early. Is this the trigger? Is this the trigger for what happens coming up in a little while?
Yeah, Redveil needs those W's, and in other words, it's going to be from the suffering from Adbon, losing any ult economy that they may have charged up, and any also kind of dignity.
Well, at this point, at least he didn't disconnect for the loss of any ult charge.
Yes.
Before the map started.
Thank God, but I mean, I guess it still counts as a disconnect because we had a pause. And Adbon is on May, so that's kind of a slower ult to charge. So fingers crossed that there's not 2 disconnects to make up for the lack of a disconnect from last map. We have 18 seconds left until we start seeing these teams push up, and Speed and X-Runner are going on a dive comp, while Jason, DL, Lunacy on a little bit more of a ball, a little more flexibility. They're spread out. No one wants to run rush on this kind of map anymore because it's no fun watching 2 tanks just smash each other at the choke point.
Why not? Just swing the hammer away. Speed versus Jason swinging the hammer away. Come on.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, good time. Yeah, Speed is actually on that tank, huh? On the right.
Yep, Speed goes right up and notices that there's no shield. In fact, they're going to go for the cheese here. They're going to go for the Metric Teleporter right in, and it's a rush composition. Welcome to the game where Redveil just tried to take this one right away. They also have the main to make sure that Jason Dio can't have any fun in this game whatsoever. There's the first tick already taken, 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds in for that first tick. And so Freeran's just got to find a way back in to maybe try to even contest this. But with that teleporter right now, it's making things so difficult, especially with the symmetric turrets. These are all free takes that are being given. There's no chance in heck they tried it. 6:20 on the clock to push to second.
40 seconds to get your attack in, and they use a move that is seen very commonly in like intermediate or even plat games, and it works because maybe they were overthinking it. But I can't believe it worked.
No, neither can I. I mean, they tried it. You would think that a lot of teams would figure out that there is a Symmetra place for this. I guess wasn't really ready.
Yeah, you have that mindset when you're in Diamond or in Plat or below. You don't have that mindset when you're like Masters GM. And so I think that was their fault. They're like, this is too simple of a strategy, and it works. Simple is stupid, right? Keep it simple.
Look, guess what? They keep it simple, stupid again. Here comes the Vector Teleporter up on top, but that's also an application matrix used on top, so not a lot of damage there. They have that Blizzard to lock out this Ashe and Mercy combination. Transcendence is there, and they may want to block a lot of damage yet again. So, in other words, Redveil really can't get anything going here. I mean, I'm sorry, Easy Clap can't get anything going for the defensive way, but Redveil finally finding a way to get through here. But it's still to no avail. Easy Clap able to find a way to hold.
Yeah, and I think okay, the good thing was that they did force out some ult usage from side of Easy Clap, so that way maybe their attack and their ingress is a little bit easier as Azali switches over to the Cassidy. So I think that was just kind of a way to get them to eke out some of the ultimates. But and in turn though, now we have both tank ults up and we have Pixel Storm with the Valkyrie, so there was a little bit of a trade for that.
How much damage this team is taking. X-Runner already so low.
Yeah.
They have that self-destruct out, but I mean that Dynamite just does so much to stave away a team, especially if Freeran hits that. 92% to a 7th man. Lunacy and Jason both will have their ultimate. Same thing for both of the tanks, and Speed and X-Runner will have that self-destruct and Earth Shatter to make a difference. They're going to speed boost right in. Earth Shatter to deny any access from this team, and making sure that Jason and Redx are kept in check. Landmines aren't there. Self-destruct is out. Catches Phoebe. Self-destruct thrown out the other way from X-Runner. Jack catches Pixel Storm, and a huge amount of damage gone. Now the Blizzard is out to make sure that Bob really can't do anything for the next 4 coming seconds, but it's still enough to contest this point for just a little while as Bob now does go away. No ticks just got to yet, but the trade fight still favors this team from Redveil, and now Easy Clap really have nothing going here.
Yeah, that was a pretty expensive fight, but Rectophobia just won them that round. I mean, just getting those picks off early, getting the stick onto Speed. So hats off Rectophobia, you did some excellent work right there. And I think the strategy now is just to keep holding and building those ults and let Rectophobia kind of take care of this. But Adbon switches over to a Sombra to do a little bit more scouting, maybe to keep an eye out on some of these abilities, such as Jason, and Freyrin goes to a... Oh, okay. Pixel Storm just catches Adbon.
Yeah, I mean, Somber map. Could be.
Somber map. Somber map, easy.
Yeah, easy. We don't know that just yet. I mean, Adbon hasn't built up the EMP just yet. I mean, we don't know, but
yeah.
Redveil can find an answer. Remember, Redveil had 6 minutes and 20 seconds. It's 3:10. Half of that time is gone already from their push. So, and this is still a good defensive hold from Easy Clap. Could very well be, I mean, a no-tick situation if they hold on, and that's going to delay them even further. Rectophobia gets to launch the pulse bomb onto Phoebe, and so they're in this lower room right now with literally no escape. So Easy Clap's going to have themselves another good defensive hold straight away from one pulse bomb.
Yeah, but another defensive hold and also a little bit more of an ult battery to help build them up for the next rotation of ultimates.
Wait a minute. Hello, Adbon. Right behind them. Gets the hack onto the Brigida, and the Brigida is so stuck. And this could be very well a Sombra help here because now they've got the hacks up, but it's still Easy Clap that's going to be able to hold on. And so, despite getting the Brigida early on, didn't have enough firepower to get through.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it was just everyone was a little bit too split on that last attack with the picks gotten taken care of by Rectophobia and company. So I think really with this point you're gonna have a couple ults on with X-Runner and Azali and Phoebe and Marquise. So there has to be some sort of aggressive push.
Push. The Sound Barrier is going to be invested. Transcendence is also there. Great Transcendence out from Reddick to save this team a little bit of damage. That Pulse Bomb lands though, and Mark B and Phoebe both go down with it. Pulse Bombs all over the place. Self-destructs all over the place. Lunacy's got 3. Adbon is the only person left on this team. Has to run for dear life. What an ult throw by both sides. But in the end, Lunacy comes out on top with 3.
Goodness sake. I mean, that's something you see in advance. It's like proper ult usage, and holy cow. I mean, now we're talking about a minute 30 left on his time bank. They burnt up basically 5 minutes, and so
Yeah.
there's not a lot of ultimates left now. We have Speed and Adbon maybe coming up with the ultimate. That's really it. And then now Freyrin has Molten Core, so
That Molten Core is going to be used from so far away, but it lands perfectly on that upper side to take to put on so much damage. And already building up to a 34% ult charge rate. Speed actually knocks Freyrin off the map. I don't know how the heck that happened. I mean, Primal Rage off from the side, and Freyrin's just right there, but in turn splits up the team. And now less than a minute left to go, and Redveil, no answers for Easy Clap. Not a single take thus far after 5 minutes have gone.
yeah, I mean, you could do the funny, the funny Samba, the funny Symmetra move once, but it won't work again. And I think Easy Clap is taking offense to the fact that they lost to that last point A from that. So I think they're being super serious now. They're a little salty, and they're not going to let them take the second point. They got 30 seconds left. This is final fight territory.
Yeah, one fight territory. Adbon, the only one with an ultimate. Mark also coming up on a Coalescence, though, but Adbon does have that EMP. That EMP has found a lot recently, but this team playing a lot more split, knowing that EMP could affect the way this game is played. Here comes the landmines out, but not before Zali's able to get down Pixel Storm. And now that EMP catches only one. Lunacy is the only person caught in there, and that's going to be huge for them, although that's just the mech down. The Pulse Bomb is out. They finally get the first tick. Second tick is out. Overtime clock is going to start to run. Azali does have the Deadeye. That's going to take down Jason. Pixel is the only person left to go on this point. It's just going to get whacked around here. Transcendence can't even get there on time. And the showtime in prime time, the final fight necessary, is the one that Redveil comes back and wins it. They get 2 points, but with no time on the clock. A great defensive hold by Easy Clap. 6:20 is what Redveil started off with. They end with 2 points, but no time bank.
That is, honestly, I mean, at least they finished. Shrug. I mean, well, the good thing is, though, yeah, okay, a 6:20 time bank was scaring me into thinking this was gonna be like a 4 or 5 or 6 point map, or we're just gonna see this map over and over and over again. But luckily, I guess in a sense, they have no time left, so this could be pretty quickly if Easy Clap gets both points too, and hopefully with a better time bank compared to what Redveil just accomplished.
Yeah, and I mean, what Redveil did was it was so early on, right, with that Symmetra start, and it looks like Rectophobia might try the same thing. I mean, this team for Easy Clap might try the exact same thing, but for Redveil, might be already ready for it if they have this double shield going up, especially with Speed and X Runner. Azali's been hitting shots on that Hanzo, so if that Hanzo is any indication, well, if that's anything like Rialto, Easy Clap's in for a little bit of a difficult time, especially against the Zali on that Hanzo, but Adbon with the turret as well to make sure maybe anything behind it gets captured as well. But for Easy Clap, all they have to do is get 2 points and get over a minute to make sure that's a 1-tick territory. But here they come with the Symmetra. They come around the right side as per usual, right out the spawn doors. They're halted right away, but they notice the Symmetra. They're playing split. They know they're all going to TP right in the main wall. They're freezing them out for just a little while, but they're back right in. Lunacy loses mech, and this is a completely different team from what Redveil had earlier on. Easy Clap tries it, but they are taken out almost immediately.
Yeah, and I think the main reason why that didn't work, not only because Easy Clap did it themselves, and so they were kind of having that in their mind, but the double shield is a lot more effective for holding off on a surprise like that, because you can just throw your shields everywhere you need to get your DPS positioned properly or your tanks properly. And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have tried that if I was on the side of Redveil, but now they're going to the monkey.
Yeah, Foamy 1, shame on you. Full me twice, shame on us. And right now, it's so far they didn't get full to Rectophobia. Switches on over to the Hanzo, and Azali, though, are almost at Dragons as well. Pretty much ultimate all on the side of Redveil so far, and Marquis able to get that kill on to Jason DL, which means that really no shield, no front line here, and they're going to have to back up right now.
Yep, I guess with the swaps that they made with Rectophobia, they're trying to do some shield break, but once you break the shield, it's how you're going to initiate. You're going to go in with your Winston, but I think they have a good defense set up here on the Easy Clap side. On Redveil side, man.
A double shield goes in. Here comes the nano boosted Winston. Dragon Strike is used. That's going to go right across the choke point, splitting up the team and actually finding Redix in the process. The Molten Core is invested to lock out the team for a little while, but still one person on the point. That is still Lunacy. They have the Blizzard from Freerin, which is used, so they don't have to worry about that anymore if you're the team from Redveil.
Yeah, I think they committed a little bit too much because they were excited to sell those picks, but they just couldn't clean it up with the X-Runner still alive and it's wrecking havoc as that Sigma.
Well, they did switch from Mei into the Echo now, so Azali's switching on over to the Soldier. I think Azali might be Psychic here because then Hanzo switches on over to the Soldier now to try to counter the Echo Mercy combination. If it does, that'd be huge for them. With the Dragon Strike now right next to the shield and right into that small room, but it doesn't matter. Rectophobia and Fury getting kills that they want here, especially with both of the DPS is gone now, and you don't have a chance to rest that either because, well, you don't have a Mercy on that side, so that's going to be a free tick for them, and really no contest either. So they won't add 3 minutes to the bank. They'll have about 4:15 to push this up.
Yep, and hopefully they run it a little bit smarter and a little bit better than last time here. I mean, because now, yeah, they have 4 minutes to play with. There has to be a time bank, right? I mean, right?
Yeah, you would think. I mean, 6:10, you would, or 6:20, you would like to assume that there would be a time bank at the end. Well, if you're Easy Clap right now, you need over a minute to make sure that Redveil doesn't have another shot at trying to contest. Here they come right all over the place, and they have right all over the top, I should say. But as it stands, really nothing going on for the side of Easy Clap. They're just holding off right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a neutral fight. They're trying to get a feel, try to see if they can force out any ultimates on side of a Easy Clap, but on Redveil, man.
Yeah, Azali's just holding them off right now. I mean, Helix, Rockets, Kills, gets the kill on the big storm, and this Echo combination really having a little bit of trouble just pushing on in. Freerin is so low. Everybody pushed up is so low right now. They really have no opportunity to do anything. But Rectophobia does have the Dragon Strike, Lunacy does have the Self-Destruct, and a lot of ultimates on the side for Easy Clap right now.
Yeah, and I think that's what they were trying to build up to, but again, we have so many ults coming out. This is going to be a heavy ultimate fight now.
A lot of ultimates being thrown out. One right on top of all the shields there that catches out Phoebe. If you're Easy Clap, this is your best shot to win the fight, but Speed able to still take down Rectophobia, punishing it for using the Dragon Strike. And Pixel Storm, again, another risky res, and does not favor because Adbon gets that turret kill right away, places that turret in a perfect spot to peek the Mercy for that res. And again, to no avail, Easy Clap has to try again.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes and 30 seconds, there's still plenty of time and still plenty of ults to play with. Freerin, Lunacy, and Jason DL decided to hold back from, kind of just doing a 6-man just press queue. So there's still ultimates to play with. The next runner, Adbon, Phoebe also having their ultimates too. I think everyone played a little bit conservatively. They played a little bit smart about not blowing all their ults all at once. And I think that was a smart move for both teams.
Freerin has to duplicate still. Lunacy with the self-destruct, Jason with the landmines. Jason will use the landmines right on the back end, so that's going to allow them to push it. They really have no chance unless there's a shield here. And now Marquis and Speed are both down, so Lunacy and the landmines trapping them in. Either way, they were going to die there straight to either a self-destruct or a landmine. So now this is a great attack from Easy Clap, with nobody really on the point to start the progress. They finally get one person on, which is Jason DL. They get the first tick. Second tick is... Oh, no! Jason backs off again. They could have had a second tick right there, but instead Speed's gonna hold on, and now they have the Gravita Flux out from X-Runner, who is right there to take down Jason DL, and now the trade fight is on. Redveil does get the wins that they want. They only got one tick out of that.
Yeah, and now one tick with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to kind of grab something out of this, and there's really no ults coming out on the side of Easy Clap. Redveil doesn't have really much either, but when you're on the defense, you tend to have the advantage of the spawns. So it's going to be a matter of trying to see who builds ults fast enough to get the picks, or just maybe who might be unlucky enough just to get something smashed into the face from like Rectophobia or Freerin.
Well,
Or
remember when we said 4 minutes, you should have a time back in the end? It's looking close, but they're going to go under a minute, which means no matter what here, if they get 2 points, Redveil does get another try at this on the attacking side. But still got one more fight to have here, as the Immortality Field having to be invested very early on by Marquee 8, but right now it's this Echo is just right in there taking down the baby Diva. They have halfway to a second tick, but not going to do it because speed is still right there, right behind the shields. X1 are switching on over to a Diva. In the meantime, Application Matrix is out. They get the second tick. Somebody's got to contest for the third, and it won't happen. Nobody touches, and we go to rounds 3 and 4 here with a minute 32 on the clock, a 32-second differential for them in the process, but 2 points for Easy Clap. Redveil's going to try first, Easy Clap second, but 132 to compare to 1 minute. Hey, that's one fight for them. Easy Clap is in the lead so far.
Yeah, and I mean, this was an opportunity, I guess you can say, for Redveil to I guess go for a way to kind of counteract this momentum from Easy Clap, but I'm not sure if that might be happening. Easy Clap kind of built a little bit of their confidence again after winning that next map, and we're just gonna see how these two teams interpret this less than 2 minute time bank. Jason's gonna be on the ball as predicted, but Speed is still sticking with the Ryan, and so I guess we're gonna go for Rush again. Are they trying to do the same thing again? Look, Azali and Adbon are on the funny characters.
Hey, I mean, if it worked once, it might work again. And look, they didn't have the double, like you were saying about the double shields earlier, right? You can place the shields wherever to set up your DPSs in position. But for this time around, the defensive side, Jason and Lunacy are on the Wrecking Ball and the Diva, which means they can get back there faster. And Furin's going to have the Echo and the Mercy. But if you're locked down, the same way with Adbon kind of freezing that Diva or freezing the Wrecking Ball, the funny characters might work out in their favor. So we will see. I mean, this could get it. Let's see if they pull out the Symmetra. If they keep it, they absolutely will. They're going to try this again. We'll see if Easy Clap hasn't answered this time around. They're going to walk right in. They're going to delay them for just a second. Going to run through the ramen restaurant here. Azali's going to have free reign to put up the teleporter in. Here we go. They're actually going to try something different. They're going to go upper this time, but it doesn't matter. The sticky bomb's hit Marquee 8. And so now, yes, they did find the advantage with the Symmetric teleporter. So regardless, they make a 6v3 now down to basically an all-out brawl. Doesn't matter if Phoebe falls off the map and more time taken off. They can stagger X-Runner if they wanted to here. They absolutely will for just a little while. Not before free reign goes down, though.
Yeah, and now Redx has to swap to Alicia just to get a support player on point with Pixelstorm dying really late into that fight. So this actually might have been the play, but now we're in Final Fight territory. They have 15 seconds to get the point. They gotta pray that they don't get the supports online in time.
They gotta hope for a tick. They gotta hope that they don't take a tick here, but that's a free tick taken already. And now there's really no time possibility unless they take the third point. But they're just running around here. Reddick's able to get a kill onto his volley. That's huge for the side of the defense of Easy Clap. As the volley's gone, that's a good chunk of damage on your back line. But Adbon's still working on this soldier. 45% to another ultimate. False bomb is out. Won't find any sticks. Immortality field is invested, though. Good slam down from Jason DL. 85% to a landmine possibility. But Lunacy taken out of mech now. So the immortality field's gone from both sides. But if you're the defense, you're looking really good right now because you've taken out a Baptiste and you've taken out a soldier. And right now, with the rest of the field standing here, Freeran duplicates into the Reinhardt, has the Earth Shatter available, but doesn't even need to use it as the point is cleared. So 66.5% is what is taken by Redveil. Easy Clap needs that plus 0.1% in order to tie up the series at 2 apiece.
Yeah, that was really close to that second point. I mean, just 0.1 of a percentage, and they only have an extra 30 seconds. So I mean, honestly, I'm thoroughly impressed that they got some work done on Hanamura for the side of Redveil. So I'm going to see if Easy Clap can just clap back, get 0.1% more, and get a second win on the board, because that's kind of what they need, and that's kind of confidence I want them to have as this series continues into the I guess the later parts of the map. So I mean, players are getting a little bit tired now. They're running into the fourth map. We're gonna have to look at this fifth and sixth one possibly, and they're going ball.
Yep, they are indeed going ball. They're not going to try the Symmetra from the looks of the attacking side. It doesn't look like they're going to try.
No, they can't afford it.
At the very least, yeah. They really can't afford to do it. And yeah, there's the double shield, like you were saying earlier, to see if they want to go for the Symmetra, but it looks like they might have an easier time. And in fact, Azali's going to go over to a hit scan to maybe counter this Mercy Echo that was working well for them earlier on.
Yeah, and that's probably the smarter move. Just, a little bit more consistent damage with Cassidy, getting the hit scan out, and Azali just incredible whether you're on that projectile or hit scan.
Attackers incoming.
So 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, or 1:32 to start off for Easy Clap. Can Easy Clap tie up the series, or will Redveil go to championship point. We will see. Nothing in terms yet of entryway, but here comes the Echo and the Mercy. Advan's turret is there to make sure Free Reign is kept in check. Right now, they can't really engage so far. This turn, making sure that basically there's no engage. But look at this Zenyatta. This Zenyatta is so split off from the team that really can't make any entry. Although now they're looking all over the place, and the Zen now has a way to enter in, making sure that they've got some backline damage. Speed trying to keep this Zenyatta under wraps, but really not helping them in terms of trying to get in. And right now, this fight is so far split that with 45 seconds left to go, I mean, sure, you're trying to build off charge, but it's really not appealing to anything for the side of Easy Clap right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazier just how much space that they're splitting apart from this, you know, whether you're on defense or offense. And that's kind of like the strategy with this kind of composition that you have to go against. And Phoebe getting the pick.
Yeah, the whip shot kill and Rectophobia. If you want another fight, you back now. And that's exactly what happens. They're going to back off, and this D.Va is in so much trouble, especially if their team are going to get up there and pressure this D.Va right now. In the backline, Free Reign and Pixel Storm going down. It's huge. 13 seconds left to go. That means they are not in for a fight here, but somebody's got to touch. Jason is the only one, or maybe even Lunacy is the only ones right now that can touch here. 5 seconds left to go. The Deadeye's going to try to save them away for right now. 2 seconds left. Can anybody touch? Is the question. They finally get the D.Va to touch, but D.Va's out of mech. Lunacy is taken out. Communication Matrix is there to go in and a multi-core all over the entryways, but the Transcendence is built up fast enough to keep Redveil, or to keep Easy Clap in this game. So far, so good, though, for Redveil as the Immortality Field needed to be invested. The res up onto Lunacy there, trying to keep any hopes alive, but they are in dire straits right now. Advan and Azali doing work, but Advan is doing the most, and Advan is the one to cancel it out, and Redveil now moves on to championship point.
That was a pretty incredible fight again. That very last one got really messy because everyone's kind of desperate to get in. They know we only need 66.6%, and Rex here would have played the game as Zenyatta. I mean, hats off to that, but it just, again, wasn't enough. And I mean, I think it is the Advan curse. You got to get that disconnect so that way you can get some W's for your team.
And Advan disconnected earlier on, which was great for them. But in the end, Redveil coming back and making sure that Easy Clap's momentum is completely denied. And the Redveil team now going up 3-1. Championship point, they are on right now. 3-1, the series score. We take another short break. When we come back, we'll see if Redveil can take it or if Easy Clap can make their way back up the hill to try to force game number 7. We'll be right back. It's the Advanced Grand Finals for Season 5. Redveil up 3-1 after the break. Redveil on championship point. They're up in the series 3-1. Clutch King Gumsauce back with you right here. And the next map coming up is Ilios. And we'll get to that in just a little while. If you're just joining us, we go back through the maps here. And in Lijiang Tower, it was a very hectic start. And we knew it was going to be a very hectic series all throughout. In which case, back on Lijiang Tower, Redveil won 2-0, but not without letting up a lot of percentage. In fact, City Center, Control Center won 199, and then on Night Market it was just all over the place there. But still, Redveil winning that map 2-0. You would think that they would have an easier time, but no. Easy Climb made that a lot more difficult. In fact, 2.4 seconds separated the first attacks on Eichenwald when they captured all three, but in the end, Redveil was able to capture that first tick and win 4-3. Rialto, Easy Clap making a comeback. In fact, shutting out Redveil by winning 2-0 there, getting a push all the way up to the almost the third point, but got denied right around the corner on final point. But Redveil shut out entirely there 2-0, and on Hanamura, which you just watched, a 3-2 win. With Redveil coming away with 66.5%, enough for them to win over Easy Clap. Now the fifth map coming up here is Ilios, and so for Redveil championship point, got to be thinking about something here for Easy Clap, because they have to win 3 straight to win the championship. Redveil just needs 1 more.
Yeah, and then that's a little bit scarier of a situation. It's hard to get rid of that mental of 0-0 now that there's just one map away from losing it all. I think there might be a conflict of the map pick because everyone wants Ilios, but there's an is it even part of the map pool? Are we allowed to use it outside the map pool? So goodness sake, who knows what's going on in this chat? I think it might be switching to Basan.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's Basan.
So,
They bamboozled us.
behind the scenes, by the way, the map pick started off as Busan, and then it switched on over to Ilios, and now it's not part of the map pool, which means we have to move back to Busan. So on my notes, I've scratched out Busan, and then I scratched out Ilios, and now I'm back to Busan. So
Yep.
we're back here. I guess third pick's the charm. Now, the over/under on Adbon disconnecting. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, we'll see if championship point is headed towards Redveil. We were supposed to go into the game, but I guess they are I guess it
Switching
doesn't matter
sides, look
really.
like.
Yeah, it looks like they are switching sides.
Wait, why are they switching
Although,
sides?
yeah, it really wouldn't matter in this case. I mean, the only time I think the only way that matters is if there's a rollout, depending on the side that you're on. But really, I don't think it would matter right here. But going into control, we are on Ilios, and the first map to be shown is going to be downtown. And so this, for the composition wise, I mean, they've been playing a lot of speed comps, of course, with the Diva and the Wrecking Ball. Could see that here, but I mean, we've seen Reinhardt's being pulled out, especially back on Lijiang Tower. We had that Reinhardt Diva combination show up earlier, so now we're on it. And yep, Reinhardt Diva for speed and X Runner.
Yep, and it's like that interpretation, 2 different ways to interpret how you want to attack this map with downtown. Jason is going on the ball while Speed, of course, on that Rhine, hoping for some sort of confrontation with a brawl comp of their own, but I don't think so. I think like they might go in. Actually, Jason Dio now going on to Winston. So this is definitely some sort of dive composition, a little bit more speed here, and it might be Shadow Dive, which is kind of one of my favorites. But Jason back on the ball, so who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, all those switches made me think maybe they're playing Russian roulette to see what comp they're picking. I'm not too sure, but they decided to go in for a little bit more of a speedier comp. Of course, you have the Zenyatta and you have the Brigitte there, kind of playing similarly to the compositions we've seen previously with Overwatch League. Of course, with the Brigitte and Zenyatta, there are no really big heals from them, and so far it's showing off in the favor of Redveil so far, as they've gotten the first fight wins, especially over Red X, who goes down. Jason Dio goes down as well, and this is going to be the first fight flip in favor of Redveil.
Yep, and because there was no burst on the side of Easy Clap, it didn't matter how split they were. All Redveil had to do was just get all 6 people to go onto one person and get that pick, and that would just have the disparity right there. I mean, and that was it. And at that point, I probably would have switched to something to match them a little bit, but they're sticking with this composition.
And they are sticking with it because Furin's also almost to a EMP. Rectophobia also almost up to a false bomb as well, but Rectophobia falling solo. So does Jason and Lunacy. And there's not a lot of healing in this composition unless you have a Transcendence, really, or a Rally. And right now, that's showing. Rectophobia going down, and Furin with the EMP. Don't think you want to invest that just yet because your teammates are dying. And in fact, we'll save it for right now. They'll run away. And so 33% enrolling, 2 quick fights in the favor of Redveil.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I would be swapping up comps, you know, your tanks and your healers. It's fine to have a transitional like DPS such as your Tracer and your Sombra with ultimates, but there's not a lot you can do without so much burst damage and burst healing. It's just a little bit lacking on that.
So 50% halfway through. EMP catches everybody but Phoebe doesn't have a sound barrier anyways. In fact, the pulse spawn there doesn't save Phoebe either, so hey, guess what? Rectophobia comes up big, so does Freerin, and this is gonna be Easy Clap taking back the point.
I guess I'll eat my hat. They were waiting for those ultimates to come online, and just, I guess that was that. But they have 65% on board, so there's still opportunity for them to still win this for Easy Clap. But you gotta be a little bit more cautious because you can't let Redveil run you over like that again.
Yeah, so that Con just kind of just runs over as soon as that EMP came out, and so Freerin doesn't have that anymore. Now you have the Deadeye out, actually gets pushed a little bit, but that Deadeye just to stave away anybody. That self-destruction doesn't quite get over the wall, but is still able to push away the team for right now. Redx does have a Transcendence to use should they need it, but right now I don't think he's even going to get the opportunity to use it. Yep, X-Runner runs right into Redx, and the Earth Shatter now invested from Speed. That's just to make sure that they get this point, and so far, yep, 65%, and they're going to keep rolling.
Yep, and again, this is that speed. The speed kills quite literally when he rammed into the team like that. But yeah, I mean, if I was again, look, we're switching now to support. So Pixel Storm is now on a Mercy to get a little bit more consistent healing, and Freya now on the Echo because they realized the only way they were winning fights was when they had the EMP.
Marquito with a huge, Marquito with a huge shot on the free rim, but that's going to force the res out. Self-destruct really doesn't find anything again, doesn't get over the wall. Redx this time will use the Transcendence rather to push right on in, although doesn't really find any big healing out of it. In fact, Lunacy still falling a little bit underneath shield health, but now it's into final fight territory for them as overtime clock will start, and they've got the kills now, but Speed with a double kill on the Fire Strike through the Ad Matrix. This clears out the point for a little while, and Speed, all they have to do is swing away right now. Speed just trying to carry the game and trying to make sure this overtime clock does bleed. Lunacy not touching. Finally does make a touch though. They're still trying to come back, but that double Fire Strike was signed, sealed, delivered so far. Lunacy goes down. I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch. Oh my goodness, Speed through the window to the wall and really putting on a show for us right now.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that was the defining fight for them. After that, it's GG for that round. So as you transition over to the next map, I mean, there's gonna have to be some adjustments on the side of Easy Clap. They did a good job trying to transition and switch things around, but I think this is the implementation. They were going against a well-established Rush team, Brawl comp, and I mean, honestly, it's just scary to see 6 people run at you at once. You'd be crying for your mom.
Yeah, so, I mean, really no answers, especially with that. Yeah, you were saying that comp has to really get first picks down, but really they weren't finding it, especially with Redx and Pixel Storm on the Brigida's end. Not a lot of healing output for them, so it didn't really work out, but 135% in favor of Redveil. They're on championship point, they're on map point. In other words, win this map of Sanctuary, and your advanced advanced champions are going to be Redveil. They were apparently the favorites going in. See if they can hold that title so far. Helix Rockets take down Advon, but trade it out for Redx. So getting good part of healing down, but Pixel Storm's gonna have to do a lot of spread healing here to keep this team up. Lunacy is still there though, trying to push in the team. So is Jason DL. Speed does go down. And right now they're fighting for point. Nobody's capped it just yet, but it's gonna be, oh, it almost looked like the first kick was gonna be handed off to Redveil, but Easy Clap still trying to fight for this. In fact, Pixel Storm goes down because they keep trying to fight for it and is caught out of position. So right now, still the fight going on, but Freya and Lunacy finally getting the picks that they want here to clear out the point. They do have Speed back in play, but with that orb of Discord on side of that Winston, it's going to be a lot harder, and it's first flip down to Easy Clap this time.
Yeah, and blink and you'll miss it for a split second there. I thought Redveil had it in the bag, but just having a couple of standard abilities such as Redx's Discord orb was just enough to take out the rest of the team on that neutral fight.
So now you're going to have 3 ultimates on the side of Easy Clap. Redveil's only going to have 1, coming up on 2 with that Primal Rage. Phoebe's also going to have a Sound Barrier too, but really no support ults just yet for the side of Easy Clap, although both of them coming up online very soon. Here comes the Winston that's going to jump right in. Transcendence used right away here to keep this team up and running. And so they can push right in. BB gets it, gets the down barrier, uses it immediately. And now Adbon's going to hack Jason DL and make sure that they can't run anywhere. In fact, turns around and takes down Rectophobia. In turn, Freeran's going to use the Tactical Visor to get 2 of their own. And so 40% enrolling a trade fight doesn't really work out in the favor if you're the attacking team on this.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it was just a matter of like who was able to use the ults properly, and Freeran just popped off, kind of got the kills, the picks that they needed to sustain themselves in that fight. And now we're looking towards 55% on the side of Easy Clap, so they're gonna have to find a way to ingress into this competition with 3 ults going against them.
So right now, you've got the team of Easy Clap needing to fight back, needing to tie this map up at 1 apiece, otherwise it's all Redveil's to take here. They have the EMP for Redveil available. They're also going to have a Coalescence and a Primal Rage. Pulse Bomb is going to need to be big here for Rectophobia. Needs to find a way to stick something. We'll try to see if they can get that difference here, but the Coalescence already takes down Red X. No healing on him. Pixel Storm does have the Valkyrie available, but chooses not to use it just yet. They're just going to back right off.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the smarter move now, but the thing is now they're in Final Fight territory. So what they need to do is just retake, build up ults again. And that's really it, hopefully, because the thing is that they've been running a little bit sloppier compared to some of their brawl comps. So Redveil could still lose this and then come back onto mech base and win, because that's a very brawl centric map that they can use. But I mean, in this fight right now, we're just gonna have to see how it plays out.
Rectophobia, yep, right. They have a lot of ultimates to use. Freeran and Lunacy aren't going to be able to use it, though. The follow is the question. Red X wasn't caught in the EMP, but regardless, X Runner's going to go right at them and force them back yet again. But they find a way to flip the point somehow, some way. Lunacy's in the back line, and so is Jason DL to flip the point. Now the Tactical Visor comes down. Now the Self-Destruct as well to get rid of the bubble right away. Self-Destructs are going to be traded out here. Is not going to find anything it does. Vector Storm caught in front of it, but finding a way to flip the point was huge, because now they are in one fight territory for sure at 99%. You can back off for this if you're the side of Easy Clap right now to regroup to make sure you got anything. In fact, Marquis using the Coalescence, investing in this while the overtime clock is still there. They're still going to fight this as the Transcendence is popped. The Valkyrie now invested as well for Pixel Storm. Sound Barrier also out. All the supports ultimates now invested. We'll see who can pull out with the win. Here, Red X is taken down by Azali, but Azali ward goes all for naught there as Pixel Storm with up the res. Now, I mean, they could have just backed off at any given situation, but they decide instead to keep playing this out. And in fact, they get a trade out for a tank and a support line as Red X goes down. But as of right now, it's not looking good for Easy Clap. They got to back off, and they will flip the point, even though it's 99% for Easy Clap.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very high risk, high reward move. I mean, this always happens. They're always like, you get afraid that they're gonna get the point and then hold it forever. But I mean, if you're at 99, you have opportunities to build ults back compared to the other team. They were committing so many ultimates. When Marquis used that ultimate, I thought, okay, this is the perfect time for Easy Clap to back off. But nope, they just committed hard. And here, Freyan's using his visor.
Freeran's using the Tactical Visor, got something out of it last time, but this time we'll get absolutely nothing, especially with Adbon taking down Jason DL. Can't make any more room, and the Devo was still up, so the Devo just basically sucking up all that damage, and now they use that Tactical Visor basically for nothing.
Yep, that was not a really good use of any kind of ultimate. I mean, I'm not sure what they were looking to accomplish when they were so far away, because Adbon was kind of just mostly by himself. I mean, Freeran was mostly by himself and pretty split, and the rest of Redveil was pretty grouped together. I'm not sure why they used the ult, unless it was maybe a fat finger or just thought they can get him on the flank.
Let's see if they can hold it. Final fight here. Redveil wins it. It is over. Easy Clap wins this fight and is able to flip back the point in their favor. They're going to be able to extend this to map number 3. The Pulse Bomb eaten by Rectophobia, but it doesn't matter. Rectophobia able to get a kill. Overtime clock should run, and it does. In fact, they trade out for Pixel Storm, which is huge kill. Self-Destruct is out, not going to find anything. Point still in favor of Redveil, but Lunacy and Red X trying to change the destiny of this game right now, as they've got kills on the both Adbon and BB. Both of the supports now gone. Tactical Visor being used by Freeran to make sure that they can cap this point with any sort of security. Diva is gone as well. The Tracer can only do so much here. They flip back the point. Overtime clock is running, and guess what, folks? It is not over just yet. We head to map 3.
It's 1-1, and you know what? Okay, Adbon, if you do not disconnect right now, you are throwing this match for your team. I mean, that's the formula. You have to disconnect at some point so that way you can win this map and get the championship. but maybe Radbon's internet stabilized and this might be it. So that's kind of the lucky coin that they needed. They needed an Adbon curse, but now we're on Mecha Base. I mean, regardless if Adbon disconnects or not, this is a pretty brawl heavy map, and Speed is absolutely taking advantage of it. I'm expecting him to stick with this Ryan and them to stick with this brawl
Five,
composition.
4, 3,
And so,
two,
I mean, the
one.
Wrecking Ball Diva's been
Round
working
three.
for them so far,
Capture
especially in
the
that second
objective.
map. Will it work again here against the Reinhardt Diva composition? We will see Adbon and Azali now on the Symmetra and the Mei. We'll see if that works out, but basically, don't fix it's not broken for the side of Easy Clap. They're going to try this again here with the Mercy, basically pocketing the Soldier for a lot of their damage. And now the Orb of Discord onto Adbon as well. So Adbon's going to back up a little while. Still 29% to an ultimate already. Immortality Field having to be invested by Marquis very early on. And look at the Symmetra. So really separated out from the team. And in fact, could go down very early on. No heals are going to drop down either. And now the rest of the team dropped. And it's a battle inside of the side room. It's a 2-on-5 in favor of this team from Redveil. But Easy Clap going to find a way to drop down and get the point first. But it might not even matter here if they're not able to hold on to it. And in fact, with Redx going down, it's looking very good in terms of damage for the side of Redveil. Nothing on the flip so far. Speed's going to try to charge in to make some damage. JCDL is still holding on to this. And despite the separation from the start, everybody's back into it. But now Speed just swinging away the hammer. Rear ring goes down. Not going to be able to build up for a tactical advisor for this fight. I mean, but still, Easy Clap finding a way to still hold onto this with the landmines being invested. You also have the pulse bomb being used by Speed as well, and now the ultimate's coming in. This is a trade fight, but you'd like this if you're Easy Clap. Too bad though, Redveil flips it back.
Yep, I'm in 33%, 34%, not bad, but now they're still using ultimates. I thought they're gonna reset.
No, they decide not to. They're gonna use the Transcendence, they're gonna use the Tactical Visor at the same time. The teleporter's destroyed right away. And Freerin, oh no! Freerin dies to the remake. Is rezzed up right away. The Photon Projector up there to block a lot of the damage out. So a lot of ultimates invested, but nothing got that out of it.
Nope, and I'm not sure if it would have made any difference if they actually did reset or not, because Redveil was running so hard into them. I don't think anyone would have survived. And I guess the only option is at this point is to reset, get things together. Favorite is now on the Echo, hopefully to get a little bit more burst damage on this team with Red X on with that Discord.
Trying to get damage, but I mean, Pixel Storm is really going to be the only one with an ultimate online. We'll have the self-destruct coming up. The Earth Scatter is used, and this is just basically waiting for your death here. Speed's going to charge right in, make sure Redx is gone in the process in a 64 situation. Essentially trying to fight on this point. It's pretty much all but over.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't quite understand why Easy Clap is not trying to match the Brawl comp at this point, because it's so hard with that. I'm not sure how to exactly describe it, but the fact that yeah, it's kind of boring watching a mirror comp, but they need some sort of Brawl to kind of combat this, because they're so split apart all the time. It's just kind of insane. And now we're running at 80% almost final fight territory.
So they have the teleporter just going between each of the entrances now to make sure that they can quickly get to the entrance that they're going to push in from. But already you can see Rectophobia in the back line. It's Eaton. That pulse bomb does nothing. Does absolutely nothing. Self-destruct starts traded out. We'll see if this finds anything. It will not, because there's enough cover there to get on. Somebody is touching the point. JCDL is touching, which means overtime clock will run. Here is your championship series right here in this fight. Speed's able to get the kill with the fire strike on the free range. Blizzard is infested, and Lunacy is caught inside of it. It means that Diva is gone. Sound barrier there to push forward, and this is looking great if you're a Redveil fan right now. The overtime clock starts to bleed. The Transcendence there just to delay the inevitable right now, but Jason DL is there to also cover. This is just a stagger fight. The overtime clock almost bleeding out, and now this should be for sure. The Earth Shatter is there. Lunacy can only cover so much, and that's it. The Advanced Grand Finals are over. The championship in the color of red. Redveil wins it all 4-1 in the series.
Incredible play, and the best part was that they won it without Adbon disconnecting.
Hey.
But here we are looking at Speed's final, that double, oh my gosh, that fire strike. Oh my lord.
Oh boy, just insane. Speed playing an incredible game on this Reinhardt. And overall, the win going to Redveil 4-1, winning Li Zhang, winning Eichenwald dropping Rialto, but winning the last two of Hanamura and Busan. The 4-1 final score. And Red Veil, your season 5 advanced champions. So what a way to go out on top, especially for Red Veil, a 6-2 map pool, only giving up one map per series that they have in the playoffs. They only gave up one to Easy Clap, but the rest coming in a win for them, for Red Veil. So congratulations to them, especially for season 5 champions in the event side.
Yep, absolutely. Huge work done here. I mean, I was just amazed at seeing some of the play. I mean, it was well deserved. They Easy Clap put up a really good fight. I think every match was still a bit of a nail biter. But players like X Runner and Adbon and um, just getting the work done for Red Veil and Speed too, of course, with an incredible Rhine play.
Yeah, and absolutely just a good play overall. Easy Clap had their chances. It was a hectic one. It was a close one, but in the end, it is all Red Veils to keep. They are season 5 champions of the Advanced League, and we'll see them. We should hopefully see them very soon as well. But till next time, thank you to everybody here from League Zero who helped us out with season 5, all everybody in production room, as well as everybody for staff and all the players and all the teams and coaches as well. Gumsauce, thank you very much to you as well for being my co-caster here, to Ali, who is back with producing as well. Clutchkey here, and we say a good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Again, final score: Red Veil winning 4-1 over Easy Clap, and Red Veil, your season 5 Advanced League champions. Until next time, everybody, take care. We'll see you next time.
Peace.